Welcome into the Cam Strick Podcast, episode number 221, presented by Hair Club.
Yeah, baby.
And hairclub.com. Restore, regrow, and replace that hair. If you're going bald, there is help around the corner.
Yes, there is. What's up, everybody?
There's help for everybody.
Yeah.
With Hair Club and lots of other stuff going around, man. I am very tired.
Yeah.
Coffee is not doing it for me right now because of just the sickness I've been dealing with, Cam. I think I've been sick for about 3 or 4 weeks going back to Christmas. Haven't been able to kick it. You know that feeling where there's like a dead animal just sitting in your stomach and you just can't get rid of it?
Oh, yeah.
You know what that feels like?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm dealing with right now.
And yeah, man. Well, I feel pretty goddamn good.
How was your trip?
I had a lovely weekend. I can give a shout out to my lovely wife, 40. She's 40 years old. She looks very young. I look like I'm 50. I gotta get that bald spot taken care of by Hair Club. I'll tell you that right now.
Yes, you do.
Right now.
Because it's hurting the brand because we can't take pictures
no shit.
or do anything with your...
Or I can't go to events like you went to because I don't want to not wear a hat, you know?
Oh, by the way, we have an event on Friday. We're going to get into your weekend, but people are complaining. They're asking why you aren't promoting it.
What do you mean?
You're not promoting it.
I'll promote it, dude.
Well, you haven't.
I'll talk about it on the radio all goddamn week.
Yeah, you need to start doing that.
And I'll put it on social media. I didn't do the show today.
Because it's Friday at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I know. We have a week. I'll pump it up.
It's at Humphreys in Midtown. Hey, if you want to come on in, flying is very fun right now. I mean, you can get some deals. Come on into St. Louis and come hang out with us on Friday night from 5 to 7.
We'll talk to the people and say, look, come out and say hey to us. We'll entertain you. We'll shoot the shit.
Humphreys in Midtown.
Fun. We'll have some good food. We'll drink some beer. But
can I ask the questions about this weekend?
Because
I got questions for you.
Why?
So you have anything you want to say first?
I was just going to give a shout out to Kate because it's her 30th.
Is today her birthday?
Yeah.
Today?
And I'm here with you. So just so you know.
Oh my God.
Well, we got work to do.
What are you doing tonight?
We're just going to go for a little dinner and then we're actually right after this I don't even give a shit. I'll wear sweatpants to that damn place.
To wear to dinner?
Yeah, we're just going to
go.
Were
you guys going to go like Applebee's or something?
No, yeah, like, come on. Her parents aren't like fancy or anything like that. Don't get me wrong.
The family dinner.
Yeah, we're going to go with her mom and dad too. Just go down to Chesterfield, something easy.
Yeah.
You know, we've had a good weekend. Mm-hmm. But I do want to give another shout out. And I was going to rank this place. And I want you and Laura to go there. Uh-huh. I want you to go to Big Cedar Lodge. I keep telling you about this place.
Cam, why do you keep telling me that when we went there?
Yeah, but I'm telling you and Lori, if you want to get a good getaway, get out in the wintertime, make a fire, romantic
March.
as fuck. Now, March, I think there'll be more golfers because you're kind of right on we went to the Jack's Cabin and from the 1800s. They built this place was old school. They picked it up and they placed it on the highest point down there, and it looks over the best view of 24/7, like all around, beautiful view. You're right by the restaurant and all that stuff. There's no way to get there from a car, Andy, so they give you a fucking golf cart. You take the golf cart up the golf course and you find the cabin. It's right there.
You don't hop in the shuttle with all the old people.
No, but you have your own golf cart because you can't get there anywhere else. But it was so cool. We had an awesome, very romantic time. Don't get me wrong. We chilled in the cabin. We walked around. We did shit. Went to different restaurants.
Did you get down with it?
We got down with it. I go, put on your Sunday's best, woman.
Hey,
and she did.
Who was the old lady that was with you guys?
What?
There was a lady that was with you guys.
What do you mean?
Did Kate's mom go with you guys?
Why, are you saying that Kate looks like an old lady?
No, I'm not saying that.
That's pretty gutless to say.
Oh, my God.
She looks like she's 25 years old. What are you talking about?
There are pictures with a hand in the picture. It's not Kate's hand. So
who else
is sitting with you guys?
Show me right now, you weirdo fuck. You're a weirdo.
I had to take the picture.
Andy, you're weird.
Why?
Why are you saying? Is it a ghost or something?
I don't know. Dude, I don't know. I had to find out.
Are you fucking...
I said...
If you were wrong on this, you're a fucking weirdo.
Hold on.
Dude.
So you'll see it.
Like, you never give any... Now you're like, I'm thinking that... Like, you're thinking Kate's hand looks like an old...
No.
Are you trying to fucking
She
chirp?
took this picture.
Yeah, let me see.
Okay, and my wife said, oh, who's with them? I think Kate's mom went with them. And I said, oh... So there's the picture of your table.
Oh, no, that's not. That's at a restaurant, you dink.
Okay, well, whose hand is that?
That's mine, dude.
No, that is not your hand.
I'm drinking a fucking. Yeah, look how fucking big it is.
That is your hand?
Look how monster it.
Your hand looks like an old lady hand.
Dude, my hands are beat up because I punch people for a living.
Okay, hold on. Let's get Brody for the third. Does that look like an old lady?
Come on, monstrous.
Does it? Does that look like? It's not Cam's hand.
Dude, Andy's a fucking weirdo.
He said no. What did he look at? What did he say?
Dude, my hands look beat up and I'm pale.
That's not your hand, dude.
Jesus.
So Laurie says
Look
to me.
Look how big it looks. You bring up the dumbest shit sometimes.
Laurie
I don't
says
get
to
it.
me, is Kate's mom, because Kate's mom's hand is in the picture.
Look at the scars on it.
But it's your hand.
I know. Well,
That's amazing. That's
I'm
absolutely
ugly.
amazing.
Look at there's hair and everything. What are you? You're fucked.
Okay, well, hey.
Look at the scars on it. You're crazy looking, dude.
Scars? I don't see any scars on that hand.
Look at how beat up my hands
That's not
look,
your
dude.
hand.
Yeah, it is. That's my phone, too.
Is it?
Look, if you're...
Well, I didn't know. Jesus. I didn't know.
You guys pick out the goofiest shit. If I could, you know what? Like, to chirp you, you guys post more shit than anybody in the league. I can't even keep up with liking everything. I never chirp you for anything. And then you pick out the dumbest shit. Like, I thought
Cam,
our stuff...
this was not... I didn't know that was your hand.
Just pick out the dumbest shit.
This is the picture where I said where you guys had a pool outside your room.
That's at a restaurant, dude. That's at like one of the restaurants.
Okay,
and
so
there's a thing in the back.
the pictures look phenomenal.
Yeah, I want you
the
and your wife to
place
go there.
you stayed at looked phenomenal. Yeah. The red golf cart looked nice.
I think it was a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. They didn't tell you had
Did
to take
you
a
run
golf
out of
cart.
gas?
If you would have had to drive that thing at night,
I could drive it.
It's so tight knit.
Does it have
it's
lights?
called the Top of the Rock in a Big Cedar. If you guys know, you know. The golf course there. And I wonder, they didn't tell us that you had to take
still under construction?
Yes, in the back, because there's a sinkhole where the driving range was. So it looks kind of like construction-y in the back part, but the front was so gorgeous. But they didn't tell us you had to take a golf cart. And to get around with a golf cart, that thing's like, it's gas. So it just goes, when you press the thing, it goes, and you have to turn on these little tight little things. You go through a cave.
Yeah.
It's really awkward. If it wasn't me driving and it was her parents that wanted to rent that out, or my mom and dad, or back in the day, or somebody that doesn't know what the fuck they're doing like you, you'd be in a jam. And they didn't tell you that.
I could handle that.
Can I give you one bad thing?
A bad thing?
And I know I want them to be a sponsor because they need to be a sponsor.
Big Cedar.
Goddamn right. So they follow my shit, and I'm fucking posting this stuff and tagging them like, hey, like, we represent you. Be a sponsor. We'll pump
you said that
up.
to them.
Yeah, like, hell yeah. Like,
Okay.
let's go. But I will say that was a problem, and the food, like, the sink's not big enough. They don't have an oven. They don't have a dishwasher. They have an outdoor, but so, like, either you make your food there or you go and get it, and we've eaten down there. And I'm like a food snob now. Like I'm a cook. I like to cook my own shit.
No oven?
It wasn't. Yeah, there's no oven. The
Where
sink
we
was
stayed, it was a full kitchen.
Yeah, but this is the one cabin that's unique and different. It's like it's like really
cheaper?
nice. It's cool. Yeah, real cheap. But it's not bad in the wintertime. That's
No,
why
it's
you
nice.
rent out in the wintertime.
Yes,
But to cook down there was difficult. The sink was tiny, and you just gotta kind of play with different shit.
Were you looking to make dinner there?
Well, like either that, there's no delivery. Like if they had like a cool delivery
Why didn't you
system.
they have restaurants though on the property?
Yeah, I know. We went and ate at different
Yeah,
restaurants
yeah.
too, but sometimes you just want to chill and watch the sun
I
go
get it.
down. I don't want
get
to
it.
fucking sit next to anybody, dude.
No.
I want to cook some shit and like
Yeah.
put the football game on, open the doors up, have the fire, get my fucking mind fucking right, and not have to see anybody or dress up. Yeah, that's what we want to do.
I know.
Keep our sweat. We get our fucking jammies on all fucking night, doing our shit. You know, I don't know. That's what we like to do. You enjoy the cabin, but the food was okay. I'm just saying.
Okay, so this is the feedback I got too.
I'm just saying, homie.
I thought the food was great when we went. Well, it was good. It was fine. I mean, Top of the Rock. I don't know if it was like a $350 dinner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
And that's
hear
what
you.
it was with my whole family and everything.
I know. It's
But,
very organized down there.
You know, you get a bottle of wine. So I don't know, but you know, talking to a few of the people that I recommended go there over Christmas.
Yeah, but Andy,
they were saying the same thing.
The food one that I know.
They were saying it was just okay.
It was just okay, and that's okay. But I'll tell you, they are so organized down there,
And they're very polite.
The dude
and the
that
customer
owns it.
service
What's his
is great.
fucking name, bro? Brody, look it up. Real quick, so give him a
Morris.
shout. Yes.
Yeah.
He's like a god down
He's
there.
a god. Everyone
Dude,
talks about him
know.
like he's their best friend.
I know.
Like they all know him.
Well, they probably make good
What's
money.
his first name? Because they all refer to him by the
Give him a
first
shout-out.
name.
We're gonna give him a little shout.
Oh yeah.
Although
And
they
he's
fucked up the Garth Brooks
He's
concert
the guy
down there.
who founded
Yes.
Bass Pro Shops, and he's got billions of dollars. He's actually from Springfield,
Yes.
and
you're right.
and he was gonna. True story. He bought that property. What
What's
is it? Johnny Morris.
Johnny's
my guy. What up, Johnny? I'll give you a shout out.
Fix the food.
True story. So he bought that property where he built Top of the Rock. And behind there, you see like a log cabin. And he built this little log cabin. That's the area where his daughter got married.
That's where we stayed.
Yeah. Oh, really?
That's that Jack's cabin.
Oh, that's Jack's cabin? You stayed in Jack's cabin?
Yes, you could rent that out.
I didn't know you could stay.
What do you think that was?
That's what he built maybe 10 years ago for the wedding?
He took it in from the 1840s. Mm-hmm. He took it off a property and do
you have plumbing and everything?
It's the nicest showers. We have a tub that you can fit fucking 10 people in that bad boy. You're sinking in it. It looks over the most beautiful view.
Did you get in the bathtub?
God, yeah.
I don't do that.
We got down.
I don't do that in hotels, cabins.
Why? No,
I don't do hot tubs.
You could get really freaky with your wife.
You get skin disease.
That's when you can get down with it.
Okay.
It's because you're in a high.
And see, this is exactly why I don't get in there. It's because people like you are in there before me, and that's where you're getting the skin disease.
Then don't do it then.
Okay.
Sometimes it's healthy to get down with it. If you know, you know. I'm back on testosterone,
in the bathtub.
Baby. I'm ready to go. I'm a sexual tyrannosaurus.
In the bathtub.
Okay. What?
In the bathtub?
Yeah, But that's what you do on a romantic weekend.
Okay, so let me tell you this. So Johnny, who is a very good friend of mine, he actually bought that property. He was going to buy a house where Top of the Rock, or he was going to build a house where Top of the Rock is.
Yeah.
But he decided instead, let's sit back and relax for a second. I'll tell you the story.
No, because the people in Saskatchewan don't give a fuck that much. And I don't want to go too far on this. I had a good weekend. It was nice. You don't even know.
So he built the restaurant instead of building the house because the schools was harder to get back and forth and all that. It is
tough to live down there. It's difficult, but it's really cool. If you know, you know. But if you're from fucking Canada and Europe and everywhere else,
can I give you one other place real quick?
I don't want to.
One other place locally, and we'll move on.
Yeah.
Because we're going there first week of February during the bye week. My wife is like sold on taking the kids, okay, because they don't get to go out of town for winter break or spring break because I'm always working. Mm-hmm. So like last year during the bye week, if you remember, we went to Miami and had a great time, just my wife and I. She wants to bring the kids, but like the schedules are so crazy, dude. They have something going on all the time that they can't miss, that you only get like 2 or 3 days. So we're actually going to a place called Innsbruck.
I know that's right down the road. Dude.
Yeah. And so it's actually very close, and we got a pretty sick house for
There you go, right in the woods.
Yeah. And that's going to be pretty much, probably even more so than where you went, just a chill out vacation because there's no real restaurants around there. No,
it's
stuff
you bring all your own stuff.
Yes,
that's where some of our boys live. Hazy and the boys that we skate with in alumni. Shout out, man. Yeah, they all have houses down there.
Okay,
really cool. Very expensive now. Oh God, the price went way the fuck out.
Didn't used to be.
Yeah, but it's awesome. Mm-hmm. That's a good one, dude. See, you get it, man.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I chirp you for a lot of shit, but you get it. That's why I told you I want you and Lori to go down there.
We would.
And get
We're
down
gonna go
with
you.
No, you're not, because that's fucking weird. There's an upstairs.
You want to share a house?
I went up there to do an interview, and Kate could hear every fucking word I'm saying, and I'm thinking, if you have another couple here, it's like very fucking bizarro, unless you're like that police officer that gets down with it, and you want to have other couples, and you get down.
Well,
with
it.
That's so goddamn
She
weird.
told all the cops that she was in an open relationship.
That poor guy, the little simpy.
She's married,
The little cucky boy. He's like, "Hi, I'm supporting her." Yeah. I'm like, "Oh,
who's
Jesus,
this?
Her husband."
Oh, he's supporting her?
Yeah, there's just like, I feel bad.
You think she makes him do that behind the scenes?
Oh, he probably likes it, dude.
You will support. Well, they were in an open relationship.
He's a cucky. He likes.
What does that mean?
That means that you like to watch your wife get fucked out.
Oh
and
my
you sit
God!
In the corner and you beat
he
your dick
watches
off with the plant next to you.
I think this is way too graphic.
Jesus, Andy, you
what
don't know
plants?
shit. Do you?
This is way too graphic.
Remember when I told you what happened? I mean, never mind.
Oh my
juniors.
God. Oh, juniors. So don't say that.
But I'm just
You'll
saying.
Get some of these reporters coming after you now. They'll start following you.
I'll be like, oh, whatever.
They'll start
you should have fucking figured it out when I was doing it.
They'll start tracking you down.
But yeah, anyway, that was very bizarre, man. Weird shit. But I'm telling you, like, don't feel bad for the guy because he likes it. That's how he gets off. He gets off. He's got more of a horny thing for like his wife.
I did not pick up on that.
I
did not pick up on that whatsoever, Cam.
I
don't know if that's accurate.
Very bizarre.
Okay, so a couple other things I want to get into. The Alabama basketball player who shot his girlfriend. I don't know if you saw that, Cam.
Yeah, I'm the one that brought it up, Andy. Jesus Christ. I got my notes down for my show tomorrow. And
so what's the story? So he gets in a fight with her?
I think it was this. I think he was cruising around in the street, him and his fucking dipshit buddy, and they're like, buh, 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 and some girls like, fuck you, I'm not fucking going. I don't know. I'm not gonna speculate, but he killed her, and now he's crying to a thing. You fucking scumbag.
What was he crying about as he was being led into?
He's gonna go to jail for the rest of his life. That's why he's crying. Mm-hmm. You killed that poor little girl. Like it's like, you know what?
Why did he kill her?
I don't know, Andy. I don't know enough about it. I just brought it up like that was a weird story.
Has his lawyer had a press conference?
Don't know that much. I was
oh my
partying
God.
at the
Well, I need a little more information on this.
There was a plane crash in Nepal.
Okay,
it's
now
very, very
suspicious.
No, it's not suspicious.
It's not.
The plane went down in a weird fucking slant, but it happened before in Nepal. Nepal is so fucking tricky to fly a plane. The airports are the worst in the world. You're in high elevation. Fucking Mount Everest is right yonder. You got
you got to be very skilled as a pilot, dude.
Unbelievably difficult. And there's a video of a guy filming, and they're kind of like gun boom. And he's like, he films himself. He's
What's he filming?
He's filming the plane the goddamn plane.
Because Andy, they go through these mountain tops.
Yeah, he's just like about to land, and they're like, he's filming
mountain
himself.
ranges.
Like, yes. And he's like, and he's like filming everything, and all of a sudden, it goes. You see fire.
Oh no!
And somebody posted that mug, dude.
How did he post?
Everybody
that?
died, dude.
The guy who died posted it.
I guess the fucking
before he passed away, he hit the
the plane was or the phone was saved, and somebody picked it up and they knew. I don't know. That could be fake, but it looked pretty real because it looked like the exact same scene where they showed on the news all damn day today, where the plane was going over this thing, the mountains, and it just tilted very bizarre,
so it
really
clipped
quick.
the mountain, and that's why
I don't know yet, but God.
So I know a
man.
So my
dude.
buddy who's flown me on several occasions, his personal pilot, used to fly.
Oh, Andy's
those mountain ranges.
Private all time.
No, that's what he. That's where he did a. Because they always tell me how good of a pilot he is, because of some of the stuff that he's had to do in the past.
Himalayas, baby.
Like hundreds of hours driving through some of that stuff, or flying through some of that, where you have to go through mountain ranges at night.
Remember in the 70s with the rugby team in the Andes?
Oh yeah. What was that movie where they had to
Alive.
Oh, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Really?
Could you eat a human being?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Andy, in desperate situations, you're goddamn right.
You'd eat a human.
Andy?
What if it was me?
Well, I'd be picking bones.
What would you eat?
Hey, all y'all, remember that incident in the 70s with the rugby team flying over the fucking Andes Mountains? They went in a weird direction, and they got caught up, and they clipped the side of the mountain, and they were stuck there for 90 days.
They all survived except a couple of them, right?
Half of them died. And couple guys trekked out and found a fucking goat herder or whatever, and they made their way back and saved everybody.
So there was only and there was some food that was left over on the plane.
Barely. Peanuts and bullshit.
They were like, but somebody was trying to steal some of that food and stuff like that.
What?
I think so. Was that in the movie?
Well, yeah. I mean, they're desperate mode, Andy.
Somebody was eating a little bit too much.
Maybe, of course. I'm sure that went down. In any desperate situation, survival situation like that, like you get panic mode. Remember back in the day, not too far back, but the college football guys went out on their boat. You could tell they just had a little bit of fucking. They went on a boat. Maybe a couple guys were pro or whatever. They went on their boat in Florida. And they went.
Was it OBJ getting kicked off the plane too?
Weirdo, fuck! I would have kicked his ass.
Okay, Andy, we'll talk about that.
All right,
we'll save
that.
But
back in the day in Florida, these 4 guys went out, and they went out fishing, and they found this reef miles out, and they didn't know what the fuck they were doing, and their anchor gets caught in the reef, and you just cut the fucking line. Anchor's $500. I know they're expensive.
How do you cut it?
You just make a fucking thing and cut your line. If your anchor gets caught in anything like that, you never try to back your fucking boat out and rip it out.
Why?
Because I'll tell you why. You capsize your boat. If that thing's jammed up and that line is fucking hardcore, and you have a little center console that's not that big, and you back up with full power, that thing's going to catch and it's going to flip you right away. And it's exactly what happened. And they couldn't flip the boat back over.
Is there video of this too?
No, this has been in the news. And they also they all planked on, and the weather started coming in. They planked onto the outboard, the engine, and they're all holding on. And eventually they start fighting each other. Yeah. And I got to get this. They start fighting each other. And one guy started losing his mind and tried to swim back and died. But one guy was rescued out of that whole thing. It's scary, dude. OBJ can go fuck himself, just so you know.
So OBJ trying to just get some sleep on the plane.
No, he's not. He's being a fucking asshole. Andy.
What is his problem, dude?
Fucking weirdo. You fucking hold the plane up because you're a prima donna, and then you chirp the people because you're going to go fly private. You're on commercial now, and you're chirping the people about I'm going to go fly private. You're going to be stuck here. You're on a commercial flight bragging about flying private.
Out.
You're
so
a
he
weirdo.
Was at the club all night.
You're a weirdo.
And he was sleeping with his pants off on a plane.
You're a weirdo.
Dude. And the
the security, whatever, they had the police come on there, try to like wake him up. Anyway, he wouldn't put a seatbelt on. So they forced the entire plane. Like everybody on the plane had to get off.
I know.
Now, see, let me tell you something. There's very few instances in my life where I have no patience, and where I can turn into like a wild animal.
Oh God, you're scary.
Okay, where that adrenaline. You know how like
you're a werewolf.
You know how like if a car were to fall on top of like your baby, and you just have the adrenaline to pick up the car and toss it off the.
Yeah,
you know, okay. Don't mess with me on a plane. Okay, don't mess with me on a plane. So if I gotta be somewhere. Okay, because I hate hanging out in airports. I will pay as much money as I need to get a direct flight.
Point A to point B.
I don't need to have a layover. I don't want any of that. I hate hanging out in airports. When a flight is delayed, I'm immediately in a bad mood. And if I had to get off a plane because one dude wouldn't put a seatbelt on.
Oh, you motherfucker.
I don't care if he ran a 4.340 or not. I may have to turn into my old defensive back days and cover his ass.
God, I hope not. That would be a scary scene.
Okay, I mean, and just put the head down. You know,
scary. Andy, you would be so crazy.
And just drill him, there. Okay,
you're like the Hulk, dude.
How would you handle that if it was OBJ?
I would have been like, "You little fucking bitch! I'll smack you, boy! Like fuck you! You're gonna fucking hold up everybody? You fuck this! I'd be all over him, man."
And they're all just getting off the plane.
And I'd hope he'd hit me.
Because then you'd sue.
Well, no, I don't like doing that. I just want to hit him back for doing that to people. Like, you asshole. Like, just be nice to people. What a bad person. Just be nice. Exactly. That's it. You're a bad person.
But Cam,
that's what bad people do.
All he had to do was put his seatbelt on.
That's what bad people do.
And I'll tell you this, too.
Like, you're just a mean, arrogant fuckboy.
If I'm on the plane, and I'm tired of shit because I was out all night long.
Oh, God.
What? You want me to put my seatbelt on? Okay, because I'm not getting off the plane.
I know I'm a dick sometimes, too.
I don't believe that he went and flew private either.
No, you didn't, you cheap fuck. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Good call on that.
What do you think? He just got a plane 10 minutes later?
Yeah. No, I probably stayed where he needed to stay. I hope no one signs him. I hate that, dude. That's so arrogant. I don't give a fuck if it was OBJ or some fuck guy that I knew. What doesn't matter? Like, you're a mean person. You don't think about anybody else but yourself. You fuck.
Oh, he would get the angry side of me.
Oh, Andy, I know. I'd have to hold you back. Like, no, Andy, don't get him. Don't get him. Oh God, I can't control him anymore. He's crazy.
Laurie would be like, Andy, calm down. Just settle down.
I'd get in his face like, shit. I go ahead. Oh man, I don't know what I do. Kate would be like, Cam, stop, Cam, stop. And I'm weird too on the plane, and I don't want to be a hypocrite. Sometimes I am, I feel like. But like if I had my mask just a little bit down, Andy, just a little bit down. Just a little bit down. And she's like, yoink. I'm already like distressed enough.
You don't like when she touches you.
And she like touches me in the shoulder, and I'm like, what? I just fell asleep.
Pull it over your nose,
Pull it over your nose. Oh, God. But I wouldn't I just be like, oh, okay. But I wouldn't cause a scene, and I wouldn't disrupt anybody else. Just like if you have a kid on a plane that's jumping up and down. Like, you see those videos, too. Like, the kid's like...
I know.
And you're like, get control
I
of
feel
your
bad for the
kid.
parents sometimes.
No, you don't feel bad for the parents when you're not in control. No, not a kid screaming.
Okay.
A kid that's obnoxious and running around annoying everybody.
Well, they can't run around.
And you don't do anything about it. That's what I'm talking about. But the kids, oh, yeah, I feel bad for those parents. Like that...
Remember the story when I was when I stayed at Walt's house a little bit too late the night before, and I had to keep going back and forth.
No, I don't, Andy.
And I had to keep going back, and I was throwing up on the plane.
Oh yeah.
Did I tell that story?
I've seen that too, and it's like, okay, I get that.
And the last time I went back there, we were getting ready to land, and the lady was yelling, "Sir, you need to get in your seat. You need to get." But I already made I made friends with the lady in the very back. She knew what was going on.
Yeah, but it's for the best, though. You're not puking on somebody else.
I could not. I was so sick.
And that's sometimes that
so
happens.
Sick.
But like, there's different things. Like some of the Stewies are assholes. Some of them are great. Stewardess, whatever you want to call them. They're great. Some of them are bad. Some. If I'm next to somebody, and they have their feet and their socks off, and they have them up, even if you have your shoes and socks off, you're a fucking weirdo. Anyway.
Oh my God! One time I was sitting behind this dude on the plane.
You're a weirdo if you do that.
He turns around and he goes, "Is this the way it's going to be for the entire flight?" And I said, "What? I'm not even saying." He said, "Your gum. You're chewing your gum too loud, dude." He said, "I was chewing my gum." And I don't even like to recline my chair if it's going to be in somebody's lap behind me.
Yeah,
You know, I mean,
but that's
I'll
still
recline
etiquette.
it.
Yeah, but
I
that's
know.
still proper etiquette, Andy. Here's another thing I think that women do on the flight that pisses people off. Maybe not all the time. I just see different memes, and so I think it's not like an ongoing thing. But sometimes it just actually does happen, and people always talk about it. But like if a girl has a long hair, and they flip it back over the seat, so
and
it's
the hair
hanging,
is just
it's hanging down on somebody else
Ugh.
while they're like trying to drink their drink.
So gross.
So somebody like put gum in it. It's like, go fuck yourself.
Well, that's not nice.
Well, whatever. Get your fucking.
I will say that airplanes are probably among the most disease infested,
I know,
bacteria infested.
Airports in general, schools, Andy. Hospitals, of course. So
Hospitals are actually very clean.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you didn't know that?
I mean, I'm sure they clean them as much as you can, but you're inviting.
No, I think there's like certain type of air and oxygen that they put in there where it keeps it
ventilation
kind of
system,
like.
too. Planes have a ventilation.
Isn't it
system.
pretty sanitary?
Planes have a ventilation system too. But on the other hand,
Do they?
I mean, yeah, they do, big time. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? But yeah, hospitals, man, you're inviting the most disease-riddled people to your home. So I'd say that's like numero uno. I don't care how much you clean it, you still have all kinds of different bacteria.
I hate being in hospitals.
Oh, Andy, I know, man.
I hate walking into hospitals.
Yeah, just brutal. It's brutal. But you always have to go through it. You know, you just gotta. I'm so impatient too. Like when I go to a hospital, man, it's like when I was going with my mom. I'm like, fuck, like I gotta like look at myself in the mirror and be like, be normal. Don't let anybody piss you off. You're getting older. Like I know I'm.
That's good advice.
Like it's like you just got to be normal, and I think I was for the most part, and my dad was too, which I had to control him.
Oh, did
because
you?
Because it's hard to deal with shit, man. Like you don't know what they're talking. Sometimes they talk to you like you're dumb. Like you're some fucking who's or fucking like what do you like? And I'm like what? Well, so what do you mean by that? You know?
Yeah.
So that's all good.
I had a great weekend, Cam, because we had the Blues Hall of Fame, the first class ever.
Yeah.
Got inducted.
Yeah.
And
you're a part of that too, by the way.
I'm part of the committee, the voting committee. Yep. But I was there for work too. Like we did a bunch of interviews with all the Hall of Famers. We did them the next night at the game too when they dropped the ceremony first puck. Awesome. Patty Maroon came out there.
Little shout out.
Did you hear Patty give you a shout out on the interview?
No, man, I didn't have the Blues game down there.
No, but it's on the internet. It's on Twitter and stuff like that.
I didn't see it on Twitter or anything.
Oh, you got to watch that. You got to watch that.
We were like trying to get away from like.
Yeah, I know that, but you were back yesterday. You could have watched. You could have watched it this morning.
Don't tell my radio show that.
Yeah. They don't know.
No, they knew I had to have it.
But a couple things, man. First off, and so Friday night. I mean, a great event. Scotty Bowman was back here, but Holy's back. Whenever Holy's back, like he just steals the show, dude.
I know.
He just steals
sometimes
the show.
those events can be very boring.
They can. And
we've been to so many of them, Andy.
Yes.
We've been to Hall of Fame stuff. We've all been a part of
But there's
all
always
that.
one guy who can kind of save the day.
That's him.
And he has that ability to do
Prongs.
so. Pronger's great.
Prongs is good too.
McInnes is so classy.
Yeah, but he's interesting.
Same with Federico. McInnes is very interesting also. Like, I mean,
Hell
yeah.
Meaning, we need to get him on.
Yeah, we do.
And I know they all listen. Al, come on, man. Sit down. We'll shoot the shit.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. So it
awesome.
was great to be out there. But like Friday night, the after party. I mean, Chief is the coolest coach in the league. I will say that.
I know he is, man.
He's the coolest coach in the league.
Was he fun?
So fun.
Was he talkative to everybody?
You know how he gets when he's around his people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
He's like fine. He's in the locker room a little bit.
He's in the locker room.
Probably how he was as a player.
Yeah.
Probably how he was as a player.
Kind of like Holly's kind of like telling them the way it goes. Giving his. But they're just. You just kind of sit back and you just chill and you just listen. You know, like they're.
I would have gone to that with you.
Oh yeah. But maybe you'll go into the Hall of Fame one day, Cam. I'm on the voting committee.
I know you are. First one ever. That goes somewhere.
What tough guys belong in the Hall of Fame? Like, do any of them for the Blues? Like
Kelly Chase does.
Bobby Gassoff, obviously, who went in because all the players whose numbers are retired.
Chaser's the next one.
You think?
God, yeah.
Over Twister.
Yeah, right now. Yep. Twister, and he's our boy, and I love him to death.
Talked to him this morning.
I love Twister. But I think Chaser is done. He's been in the game. He's been coaching. And yet,
You're not saying next round or anything.
No, I'm just saying eventually.
Yeah.
I do. Damn right. And we chirp Chaser for shit. He chirps us for shit. We love him. He's always helped us. He's always helped me throughout my career, even when I was a nobody.
Yeah.
Even when getting into radio, he helped me. And he's the tough guy. Fucking A, right. There's no doubt about it, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Like, do tough guys belong in the Hall of Fame?
It's not about being tough. It's about, like, Jesus.
The impact they had on the organization.
Of course. So,
well, who's the best fighter in the history of the organization?
Well, Twister is. Chaser's 2. Gasoff's 3. And then
Bobby Plager, Barkley Plager. I mean,
yeah, but as far as fighting guys.
But those guys are now in.
Yeah, but as far as fighting guys, I'd say they're just, like, good players.
Yeah.
You know, Bobby was a good player, and he did everything. And Bobby's a fucking god. But, like, tough. It's those 3. And then it's, you know, Reaver, me, Losey,
Yeah. Bobby Basson.
Bass. Yeah. He's a player, though.
Basil McRae. Todd Ewan.
Toddy Ewan's up there. Goddamn right. McRae is a player. He's a player.
He fought a lot.
I know. I'd put him up there, too. Yeah.
He was a heavy.
Yeah. Damn right he was. He fought heavy. Damn right. We had him on, too. Check that one out. And we love little Philippe, too, his son.
Philippe.
Love him.
Philippe's doing a hell of a job here in town, man. I told you to listen to the interview.
Well, I didn't know, dude. I'm like sitting up there.
Patty
like,
gave you a shout out.
I know. That was very sweet. But you're like, hey, listen. You always tell me to listen to you. I'm like, okay, I'm just chilling up here. I didn't see the game. They didn't have Bally's down there. And you didn't tell me that he. I would have like texted him.
In Jack's Fortress, they didn't have
Jack's cabin. They didn't have Bally's, which is so stupid.
Cam's staying in a cabin with no plumbing.
That's why I gave it 8. No, dude.
No plumbing, no electricity.
It was the most hardcore.
It's an outhouse, dude.
Are you kidding? Jesus.
Are you?
Well,
kidding?
don't because
my people in Saskatchewan. Listen, come on out and have a weekend out there.
Can I give another shout out? And don't chirp.
Give Patty a shout out.
Yeah, I know, Patty, dude. I'll text him, man. It's all good. I appreciate that.
And I will say this: my rankings now for coolest teams in the league.
Tampa's up there, dude.
Oh no, they're ranked number 1.
Yeah,
they're ranked number 1,
man. I know they probably partied. I think they partied.
Oh yeah, that Braden Point's cool.
I think he partied.
That Bogosian's cool.
And I think they won.
Corey Perry's cool.
They went out the night before hardcore.
I'll tell you, underground in my top 5, rounding out my top 5 coolest teams in the league is Carolina. Because Brent Burns told me that he listens to the podcast every episode.
Really? Yeah.
We'll
give him a shout out.
On the tractor.
Yeah, damn right. I hope they treat Hannah Ray Yates nice down there. She's a St. Louis girl.
Oh, yeah, of
damn
course.
Right. Yeah, she worked with Andy and I.
I talked to Ian Cole for a long time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He's cool.
I feel bad for him.
He loves it there. He said he'd come. I said, when you coming on the pod? He said, whenever you ask me.
Get him on, dude. That's a big deal.
It is.
That's a good call because like he kind of got. I know he messed up. That's all. Like that's on him, dude. Like, but then the other thing is,
dude,
like,
he told me a story about you.
Oh God.
See, this is the problem with Cam. See, listen, Cam's playing in the league. You act like you're one of the ones making $20 million a year.
Why?
Even though nobody is. $8 million, $6 million.
Why do you say that?
So so listen, Ian Cole tells me the story. Just sit back and relax for a second, will you?
Here's Andy's exaggeration.
Cut his mic for a second.
Just go ahead.
So they go out to dinner.
I used to piss the bed.
And Ian is like a rookie. He's like on a rookie salary, not making much money. Didn't really have a credit card. He said his like max for his credit card was probably $300 or whatever. Yeah. And all of a sudden they would go to dinner and Cam would just handle all the ordering, start ordering all these seafood towers, just bottles and bottles of cake bread. I'm like, oh yeah, he loves the cake bread. He goes, oh, he used to love the cake bread, which is a wine. Aww. So he used to order all the cake bread bottles. And he's like, man, I didn't really have any money. So he goes, I'd order like a bowl of soup. I mean, it ain't that poor. I mean, come on now. Jesus, yeah. And maybe a sandwich or something.
I'm making the same amount.
Yeah. And well, no, he's done okay now. He's played
No. At the time, we were making the same amount.
Yeah, you were making like $550 or whatever.
Yeah, I'm making the same amount.
Yeah, now the minimum would be like $900, whatever you'd be making.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Anyway,
I don't know. It's all good.
And so he said that
inflation's high.
He only, he would order like $25 worth of like dinner.
Yeah.
But then you're ordering all this other shit, all the bottles of wine, and then the bill comes, and so everybody's splitting it. And he said, I think the bill was probably like, I don't know, $250 a person, whatever. And he didn't have enough money, and Oshie had to pay for him.
Andy, go fuck yourself. So dumb stuff.
Oshie had to pay for Ian Cole because of you taking advantage of some of these guys and just ordering seafood towers and bottles of cake bread.
No, I didn't.
Oh, is he making up the story?
And he doesn't even know, like his chirps are like just like, he has a media chirps. That's a media story, media chirp.
Oh, you don't
Why would I take advantage? I wouldn't do that, man. I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe
Yeah, you did. So apologize to
sorry.
him.
That's a good story, Andy. I beat the pot up and then I made a rookie. That's so like gutless. Like that's
Beat what pot up?
you beat the pot up at the restaurant and I'm gonna make Ian like come on.
Beat the pot up.
You beat the pot up, Andy.
What does that mean?
You just don't know. You're just a media guy.
Oh.
Just like all the guys. That's how they chirp you for it. And that's such a media story. Like I took advantage of a rookie. Like we're making the same amount. Why would I order? Like I was.
Seafood Towers.
I mean, come on.
That's Cam's move. I could just see Cam doing it.
Good story.
And bottles of cake, Fred.
Now I don't even want to get his ass on.
Ian
now.
Cole, by the way, because we were talking about it. My first year doing TV, he never played Cam. Like Ken Hitchcock would not play his ass. He would go like, no.
Or he was
when you
good.
think about some of the guys that were like, well, he's had a really nice career, man.
Yeah, I know.
He's
at the
won
time,
cups.
Just again,
But he was a first-round pick.
Yeah, at the time, he was young.
Nobody should go like 30-plus games without playing. Okay?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's a long ass
time. Is that
time.
what he did? I didn't.
So he would bring his own like workout gear and stuff like that.
Yeah.
On the road. So he'd be downstairs, kind of like where I'd be stationed during these games on the road, and he just would work out the whole time. So we'd always be like
we all did,
talking
man,
during. Yeah. I
all
get that. So, but he just would never play, and now he's gone on to. I think he's close to 700-800. I think he's
Stanley
over
Cup
700, closing in on 800. Yeah,
Stanley
two times
Cups?
Stanley Cup.
He was a big part
but
of
all
that,
the
too?
good teams want him. There's something to be said for like veteran guys who sign with Colorado, then they go to Carolina, and then they're in Tampa Bay.
Yeah. They bounce around pretty good.
Yeah, but they only go to good teams and contending teams.
Yeah.
You notice that?
Well, because he's a solid defenseman.
Correct.
It's a winner. So you keep winners around. He went through a jam with that, though, man. That whole fucking thing, dude. Like, I remember hearing on the radio talking about
was it like
that.
a false tweet or
Yes,
something?
It was a fucking fake. A bot. Like, there's so many bots.
Okay,
like
but
the
what does
whole-
that mean?
A bot's a fake person.
Like
It's
a robot?
Yes, they're in the system.
And they have the ability to type things out
yeah, Andy.
and say, "Hey, like I was in
explain,
in
man.
high school."
No, like at Twitter sources, you have all these people. These people that just tweet out with they'll have different names for different bots on Twitter, and they'll have if some algorithm hits that somebody says something about transgender stuff, they'll have a bot and bots, tons of them that say the same thing over and over, and they'll press it, and they'll go right to that tweet and be bing, 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 bing.
Really?
Yeah, dude, I know.
And it's called a bot.
It's called a bot, Andy. So
I got to give a shout out to these
good.
guys, man, who I met at the game. A couple of them came in town from Oklahoma. I don't know what goes down in Oklahoma. They got a couple of cool guys that live in Oklahoma. I'll tell you that right now.
yeah, Oklahoma's not bad. Actually, it's one of them. Yeah, Oklahoma's okay.
Yeah, Oklahoma's interesting.
It's got a lot of poor parts, man, and the medium income. I
They
think
got
is
a lot
really
of
bad.
ropers and stuff like that.
Yeah, and those
Oklahoma's,
Cowboys.
yeah,
No, I think
Oklahoma
if you look up
City's
the
a
media
cool-
income,
Yeah.
like it's hard to make money. I don't know.
Is
It's
it?
all good. Yeah, I think it's like one of the worst.
They got like NBA players and stuff there
yeah
living
okay.
there. Okay. They seem to like it. Anyway,
Okay.
the Oklahoma dudes were there with these guys from Utah,
Yeah.
and they meet in St. Louis once a year to go to a Blues game.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and they're cool, man. They listen to every. It's
I
kind of
like that.
It's kind of funny how it like came
Yeah.
about. Like one guy was like to the next guy, "Hey, you ever listen to Cam Strick?"
Did you ask them about tornadoes?
No, we didn't get into that.
God dang, boy.
I should have.
Man, they seen some badass tornadoes in
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
All right, let me tell you this.
Woo,
up.
doggy.
So I'll give a shout out to them and
Yeah.
to the manager, Jay Krug, because my wife bought me an ugly sweater that I had to return, and she's like,
At J. Crew.
"Oh my god!" I know.
You return an ugly sweater, you just throw that away.
No, I got some money back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
J. Crew. That's funny.
I mean, it's like I'm in high school or something. My wife gets me a sweater from like Jay.
Yeah, an ugly sweater. You got to get one.
It was
It's all
not.
good.
It wasn't an ugly Christmas sweater. It would probably. It
Oh no, she
qualified
thought it was
as
supposed to
one.
be nice.
She thought it was supposed to be
Oh
nice.
fuck. Okay, my bad.
I mean,
Yeah,
you know.
I get you. Yeah.
But the manager, she's like, listens to every episode. I didn't know it'll be like to be embarrassed or to be like,
I know.
oh.
I get worried.
I was
about
like,
that.
are you okay with what we talk about?
I know.
She said she loves us. So,
Because
so
sometimes
say
I forget.
hi to her.
Hey girl, what's her name?
I don't know.
Hey girl, what's up? Sorry about it. I sometimes get moody on here because Andy will tell me a story about fucking Ian Cole. Like I always took care of everybody. Like I always I wanted to do that.
Dude, you're ordering
and
seafood
then like
towers.
Andy's like, Cam's now I feel like I'm Odell Beckham Jr. Now like I'm the guy like I'm gonna order stuff. I'm the fucking big dog. You're gonna pay for it. No, I never fucking did that. I'm actually mad at you for that shit. Get his ass on because
we're gonna have to talk about
I've done crazy
this.
shit, man. I think I fucking like I've done crazy shit and I've done stupid shit, being addicted to painkillers, and I maybe fucking did some. But when it comes to that kind of stuff, I always took care of the young guys I'd have in my house. I would take them out, even the kids that would never make the team in training camp. I'd take them all out. Like
name me
fucking
one.
Sonny. What's this? A bunch of guys, man. I can't remember their names.
They came all the way out to where you live?
No, I would pick them. I would have my buddies. We'd take my big ass expedition at a time, haul them in, take them to Harry's, get them in. They weren't probably of it, and I'd take them everywhere and show them a good time.
Yeah,
so when you say that stuff, Andy, that actually bugged the shit out of me.
Well, it's not a bad thing.
Yes, it is. It's a horrible story.
No.
That's what gutless fuck people do that I hate. That will rack a bill up and fucking kick it on to the young guys. Although I was young, why would I do that? So now I'm kind of rattled.
He wasn't really chirping. It was a funny story.
Well, no, it's not funny.
You ever heard someone say, I got a good story, and they tell the story?
It's awesome.
It's not like a chirping
So
story.
I beat the pot up and then I made Oshie like what? That's
okay.
Awesome.
So here's a good story. Here's
Can
another
I tell you a story
story
real quick? Because
Yeah,
I'm
go
sick
ahead.
of your stories.
No, go ahead.
So my buddy,
It better be a good one.
I don't know. Like when you pump up a story and say it's good, you don't do that. You just tell a story.
Well, I got
and
one.
people think it's good.
Well,
it's
I've
good.
got one to tell.
Because when you say it's good, it's never good. So anyway, this guy I know who listens to Andy and I, listens to our radio show, listens to the podcast, awesome dude, just loves what we do. So he works at Planet Fitness, which is a big gym in St. Louis. Huge gym where I think it probably costs some money to get in there. It's packed.
They got like specials for like $10 a month.
It's
dude.
packed. It's a packed gym. Like it's a chain,
It's
right?
like a Gold's Gym.
Yeah, so it's packed all the time. It's 5:00 at night. Everybody's off work.
Ooh.
The place is fucking jamming. And this guy we know, our buddy, that he kind of works there, and he listens to our podcast while he's working. But his phone is connected to the speaker system at this gigantic Planet Fitness. And it connects on to our podcast.
Like unintentional.
Unintentionally. And it's playing so loud over all the speakers where people are in saunas, they're doing this, and it's like women and stuff.
Everywhere inside
Everywhere
the
in the whole
entire
thing.
gym.
It's me yelling at you because you told me that you're taller than me. And I'm like, no, you're not. And for you to even, and I'm like, we're bashing each other so bad, and people are dying laughing, and they're stopping what they're doing, and they're staring at the speakers like it's something that they've never heard before, and they're like, what the fuck is this? We're bashing each other.
I love it.
You told me you're taller than me, and I'm like, you're out of your fuck. I go, you're out of your fucking mind.
Well, when you have your high heels on.
So I'm like throwing F-bombs out. And it's going, and people are like, there's like kids in there too. And they're like, oh God, what is going on? They're staring, oh, gee. We apologize for that.
Well, they probably
that
loved
was
it.
We're not, but like that's pretty hardcore, pretty funny. Everybody was laughing. It's all good.
What was the reaction?
They were laughing.
Very positive.
Maybe a couple of the older women were probably like,
Okay, so Donnie Lux is a big part of the Blues ownership group. For years, he owned Luxco, which I think he sold recently.
oh, really?
Did very well on his sale. Got an awesome family, a couple kids.
Yeah, I know his
I'll give
kids.
Philip and Andrew a shout out.
I
Michelle's
skated with
awesome.
I skated.
His wife. And, they're enjoying life right now. They're kicking back, relaxing. But he loves the podcast, man. He's a huge hockey fan. Obviously, like I said, he's invested in the Blues.
Yeah.
Big part of their ownership group. Listens to pretty much every episode. And we're talking to Cam Ward. And, I said to Cam, because he's got the vineyard, he's got the wine. And I said, yeah, sometimes people, like, just automatically assume that, like, these expensive labels like Camus, Silver Oak, that people assume that this is like top of the line wine, where people like in the industry will tell you like, no, it's not. You're paying for the label. Very sugary wine. It's good, but like, yeah. But if you go to like Napa or people in the industry like our boy Bure, Val Bure,
Yep.
He's got his thing going on, like their wine and their view, right? It's like, dude, like Camus is shit compared to what we're producing, right?
Yeah, I know. I get that.
So I make a comment to Cam, and I'm like, yeah, or no, to Cam Ward, yeah. And I'm like, oh, it's just like when you're, people buying Grey Goose or something like that, thinking they're buying top of the line vodka. But if you really talk to somebody who knows about vodka, they'll tell you like Grey Goose is shit compared to like some of these other lesser known brands that are expensive, but it's better quality, higher quality vodka. You say, what?
What?
You said something like, well, yeah, like that shit Goldschmidt or whatever you said. Wolfschmidt. Yeah. And you start chirping Wolfschmidt. Man. Well, Donnie Lux, one of the most successful people in the liquor industry in North America, who listens to every episode, just calmly tells me, hey, just so you know, Wolfschmidt is one of my vodkas. Yeah. And you're crushing Wolfschmidt.
I didn't mean to do that, dude.
So you owe him an apology, dude, on the podcast
Did your
right now.
stock go down? Listen.
Did the stock go
down? I didn't know, like, I keep
you really weren't being critical, because Wolfschmidt is actually a very good vodka.
It's whatever. But my mom used to drink it.
Okay.
And I just remember, like, stealing it from my mom back in the day. And she'd be fucking sneaking Wolfschmidt vodka and drinking it. And we didn't want her to drink. And it's always in the back of my head. And I never think about him or the organization. I just think of that.
You did. You had no idea.
No, I don't think that way. Now I will, because he rattled the shit out of me.
Oh, Cam was so rattled.
I even called him. Fuck, my bad. Did I really do it? Then he sends it to me. And he in a text, and he's like, yeah, you did.
Oh, he had the timestamp and everything.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, so
I mean,
go ahead. Whatever you want.
My mom drank it.
Whatever you wanted to say to him.
I drank a shit out of it.
Hey, listen. Whatever you wanted to say to him when you called him and he didn't answer, go ahead. You got the floor now, because he's listening.
I'm sorry about that. No, I am, man. I don't want to like chirp your shit, your vodka. It had nothing to do with you. Just like I remember taking it from my parents.
And Luxco, by the way, they've got a number of different vodka brands and a number of premium vodka brands too.
Yeah. And, dude. I think he's okay.
Bourbons and everything.
Yeah, they got all kinds of stuff. Does he want to be a sponsor?
Maybe. We've talked about it before.
I check that stock out, because I chirped it.
I think it would make for a great live read.
Is he going to be okay?
Well, I don't know now.
I don't know either.
He's probably selling that house in Aspen.
I know.
Because of you.
I know.
His farm.
Oh, God.
Out the window.
I do? Oh, God. Sorry, homeboy.
Retirement fund.
My bad. He did rattle me, though.
Dipping into that.
I called you, Donnie. I wanted, like, what happened?
Well, it's too late. The damage had been done.
It's done. It's done, so. It's over.
We love you, Donnie.
We love you, man. Sorry about that.
Awesome stuff. All right. Gino Ojic, man. What do you want to say to his family?
Gino, man. Yeah, dude. I do feel like there's a lot of weird things going on with people dying. I don't think Gino's part of that group. He had a bunch of health issues. Awesome guy. He was loved by so many. We're thinking about you. There is a lot of weird things going on, man. Some lesser known tough guys been dying, and some athletes just dying. I don't know if it's just a weird thing that's going on. I don't know if it's just like a coincidence, but I feel like that's happening a lot. Gino, I don't put in this category, but we love him. Came on the pod. People loved him. Never heard anything bad about him, and we're thinking about his family.
Yeah, no doubt. And he was great when he came on with us. Yep. And he falls in that category. We've had a number of people who have come on with us, Cam, as you know, who you kind of develop a little bit of a relationship with, like you keep in touch with. He was one of those guys, man. He liked all our shit on social media and followed us and did all that, man. So all the best to Gino, man. We know he's been dealing with a lot over the last several years.
For a while. Yep. For the past decade, I think.
Couple other things I want to get through real quick.
Robin Leonard?
Well, we can talk about that. He's got the snake farm. I don't know. He's got a snake farm in Missouri, and he's filed bankruptcy.
From like $50 million.
The same lending company that was sued by Evander Kane or something. I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
This doesn't sound like a good situation.
What's going on with that?
Robin's one of those guys, man. I don't know. He needs to get back playing, I think, just to kind of like.
He's like a lost soul sometimes. Yeah, maybe. Man. He's just like, I got a snake farm.
Yeah.
I got $50 million invested into it. Now if it goes, what?
I'm gonna put $10 to $50 million.
$10 to $50 million in a snake farm in Missouri.
Yeah.
How about a worm farm?
I don't know. Snake farms make money?
I don't know. Probably not.
Is a snake farm worth millions of bucks?
I don't think so.
What kind of snakes they have there, you think?
Exotic, maybe?
Yeah, but it's got to be exotic.
I don't know.
I would never own a snake.
Like, hey, Cam, listen, I know you just signed that big ticket. Hey, get in this fucking snake farm.
Hey, get in now.
Hey, get in this snake farm with Mill, Missouri.
Get in.
I'm telling you, it's going to skyrocket.
Although I was reading a story the other day, Warwick Dunn, former running back for the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
he like when he retired, like he made like 30 something million bucks, maybe 50. I don't know. He had a contract that was like 36 million, but he invested $900,000 or something, maybe $9 million. It was
big difference
into the Atlanta Falcons organization. He bought 1% when he retired. He bought 1% of the franchise, and now like the value of the franchise is like billions and billions of dollars.
Do that with a baseball team too.
And he's worth like another $100 million from that or something.
Wow, good for you.
I know.
Why wouldn't you do that? Invest.
I know.
If you invest into the fucking Cardinals,
The NFL,
the Cardinals, baseball, even shitty ass fucking Pittsburgh, like Pirates.
The Pirates.
They have 15,000 people there.
You may not make any money with the Pirates.
They make money every single. Wait. They might not. Yeah, they
like
they
the
do
Miami Marlins.
Yes, their value increases every fucking year. Every year in baseball.
Okay.
Now you might have cheap owners, and they only spend a certain amount, like San Francisco and Pittsburgh and Florida and whatnot. But the value of these teams in baseball go up every goddamn year.
Okay.
Look at the DeWitts. What'd they buy the Cardinals?
What'd
they buy the Cardinals for?
That's the Cardinals.
Dude, every team.
That ain't the Pirates.
Andy, baseball. It doesn't matter.
Are the Marlins worth a lot of money?
Yes. Yes, they are.
Okay.
They are. Now their team's shit. They are worth a lot of money. Yes, they are.
John Tortorella, Torts.
Oh, boy.
I knew he removed the iPads off the bench. I mean, good. If guys are looking at the iPads too much.
I don't know what to think of that.
Well, and if
in
they're
football, I get it, but I don't know in hockey.
I don't know.
Like, play the game.
Is this Torts' last kick at the can?
I think so. I think it's just too much.
Let me just say this.
Not that I disagree with these doing. I don't even know. I don't know.
I love Torts. I didn't used to like Torts.
Yeah.
And then I started to like him a little more when he started doing television, and people who I know who know him very well, they speak so highly of him. So I'm like, okay, maybe I shouldn't dislike Torts.
Yeah.
But I feel like all you have to do is see the writing on the wall. Like the way this is going in the first year in Philly, I just don't know.
I know.
If this is a
lot of
long-term
drama, man.
relationship.
Fuck. It's like every other day.
It's like when he was in Vancouver, you knew this wasn't going to last very long. It just wasn't going well.
God, he was in some big markets, man.
So I know that they're just dating right now still. They're getting to know each other a little better. The media, the fans, Torts.
I don't mind when he chirps the media, though.
No, I know, but I just don't feel like this is a long-term situation. You know, I mean, just scratching guys.
Like that's what happens when you're
the whole All-Star game. Hey, when you're the head coach, though, man, I'll tell you this. Gary Bettman, he doesn't need that shit from John Tortorella. Don't be blasting the All-Star game when that's an important event to the league from a corporate sponsorship standpoint. But all I'm saying is when you're a head coach and you're Torts, I don't think it's necessary to blast a league event, even if you think it's shitty. We all know no one loves the All-Star game.
He's just like, I don't care.
He said, I don't care about the All-Star game.
Yeah, I don't care about my players being at the All-Star game. I kind of want them home, and I want them rested.
Yeah, but I understand. But that's not pumping up the. That's not like.
Make it better then.
Well, I get that, but it's better off just not to say anything when you're a coach because the league, this is an important event to the league.
All right, I get that.
Whether we like it or not. Because I'm not a fan of it either, but it's an important event to the league. This is where they bring in all the big-time sponsors.
I understand that.
This is where the big-time sponsors get to rub shoulders with the Ovies and the Crosbys of the world, and they do their thing. They spend a lot of money. The league, well, they make money, and they wouldn't do it if they didn't make money on it.
You're right, Andy. I get that.
So when you're a coach,
if I'm Torts, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I know, but this is,
Look, this is my last kick of the can.
You think?
Whatever it is, why would I care about saying that?
He'll do this forever.
Why would I care about anything with that?
I get it.
You know what the players they hate.
Hey, listen, the Seattle Kraken. I want to give them a shout out real quick because they're the first team I think ever to sweep a 7-game road trip and win every game in regulation.
I like it, man.
That is incredible.
I like that.
Hey, there's something to be said. I know they didn't have a great year last year, but there's something to be said. Even if every team gets to protect a certain number of players. If you're intelligent and you're smart,
you'll get a team.
You can put a team together quickly.
Because you pay a lot of money. Look, they're paying how much they pay? How much do they pay to get that franchise?
Like $500 million.
I think it was like $650.
Whatever, something like that.
Yeah, well, you know what? You get to have good players. So you got to be creative.
Yeah.
You got to be smart. You got to figure out what is going to benefit you.
And they had some injuries last year and stuff
I know.
like that.
I like that, Andy. I truly do. Now the Winter Classic's going to be Seattle.
I know.
In Vegas, in Seattle.
I don't know if they're legit. I mean, listen, you win 7 in a row on a road trip.
They're so important.
I know.
And I like that.
But I'm waiting for them to fall off, and they haven't yet.
No,
so
good for them. I'm rooting for them, man.
Congratulations.
Who do we have
Seattle.
on? Who do we have on from Kraken?
I don't know if we've had a Kraken.
We got to get a Kraken.
We got to get a Kraken on. I know Schwartzy and Vince Dunn, those guys. Ron Francis will come on. Yeah, we had Eddie O.
Okay, there you go. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Because I remember talking about it.
We had Eddie O.
I'm glad, and I'll tell you this right now. I am glad that they're successful. I want that. That's awesome. You know what that says? Fucking right, NHL. Good for you.
Yeah.
You have another market. You have another market that you're going to take over.
But if people want to know if Seattle's legit, the answer, it's a very short answer. It's yes right now.
I know they are.
Until they prove otherwise.
Prove me otherwise, baby. Now, the Pacific's weird, you know, but I like them. Hey, you win 7 road games in a row.
Yeah.
They ain't no joke.
Let me say this,
brother.
because Kevin Weeks put a very long-winded tweet out. It probably didn't require that many.
What's up, Weeksy?
It didn't require that many words, Weeksy. It's like, barring anything unforeseen, and although the situation remains fluid, I'm told there's a strong possibility. It's like, dude, just say. You only got 150 characters, dude. Just say. That doesn't mean you have to use them all.
He's got to do what he's got to do.
I know, I get you, man. Does a good job. Does a good job. Rick Tocchet, don't go to Vancouver, dude. Don't go there.
How about Ricky? Just do what you're doing now.
Yeah, I know, but he probably wants to get away from the set and do it. I mean, he probably likes it, but then probably
you're gonna get away from the set and go into fucking Crazyville.
Don't go to Vancouver.
Aren't you chilling right now, Ricky?
Yeah, he is.
I love listening to you, dude. I love everything you say, man. Like
he is, but he's a coach. He wants to be back in the mix, and coaching pays more.
Okay,
he'll get $5 million a year.
Yeah, you're right, Andy.
So
it's about money. You need more money. You want.
Hell yeah, it's about the money.
Yeah, and it's a good life.
And it's the competitors. Now listen,
does he have kids?
He's got history with Jim Rutherford in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I know.
Alvin, who's the GM there in Vancouver, they've got history too.
I get you, but I'm saying you got a pretty cool gig. You're hanging out with Biz and Wayne and
maybe
Ace.
He doesn't love all that. Maybe he wants to be behind the bench. He's a coach
and deal with Vancouver.
Like he talks to all his boys, like Chief, and they're all coaching too. He wants to be a coach. I have no issue with that. But my thing is, there's too much drama. I feel like Vancouver has had a lot of instability this year.
You think?
So I want Tocchet to go somewhere where it's not going to be drama filled, and it's going to be a little more of a stable situation.
Maybe I'm just being selfish because I love he's just so cool.
Oh well, I'm with you there too. I'd have no problem if he stayed in television because I enjoy watching him too.
That's just me being
and he's
selfish.
A cool ass dude. He's one of my favorite people on television.
I know. No, he even at the beginning though. I'll be honest with all you guys. I remember the first night they did it. I think he did something where he cross-checked the guy and he's like, "Oh, if you cross-check me, I'm going to stick my blade up, my skate blade, and cut your nutsack off or whatever." You know, and I'm like, "Oh my god, he's going to be fucking dunzo."
Oh yeah.
And he just is like, he says those kind of things, but it's like, no, okay, now I get what you're saying. Like you're the most cool, calm,
I will say this,
reasonable dude.
I feel
ever.
like listen, because there was a lot of pressure on these new networks coming in, whether it was TNT or ESPN, right?
Biz,
he's the one guy though. I feel like he's just been who he is. He hasn't tried to force the issue. He hasn't tried to be anything that he's not. He hasn't tried to be funny when the time or the situation didn't call for it.
Funniness.
Just doesn't force anything. No. He's not forcing fake laughter. Nope. He's not doing any of that. He's just like, dude, I'm Toc.
Damn right.
I'm one of the baddest players in the history of the game.
Motherfucker.
Some of my best friends are some of the best players in the history of the game. I'm a winner. I'm a coach. I'm a player. And I'm just here to do my thing. What's up?
Andy, 100%, buddy. Good point on that.
Fucking right, Cam.
You made some bad fucking points today.
I had some great stories.
Ian Cole, that rattled me.
Well, stop ordering seafood towers.
I never did that, dude.
Cam and his old lady hands.
No, I know, and that too. It's like, Jesus, you just like you pick out so many things about me.
Well, I showed the picture to Brody. What Brody's saying?
I'm not confident right now with everything.
Cam's like, Brody's like, yeah, it looks like there's an old lady sitting at the table. Hey, all y'all out there, Saskatchewan,
can I
Alberta,
give a shout out?
Hold on, anybody who wants to see the picture. Because you think that
go on my Facebook and follow me.
I'd be happy to send it to you, and I'll show you his old lady ass hands.
My hands are beat up because I fought guys for a living, unlike you. So can I give a shout to a shit kicker who listens to us every goddamn day, who chirps you about beef He's a big old boy from Saskatchewan. Probably the most shit-kicking motherfucker. He's a cowboy. He's wrangling goddamn cattle up in Saskatchewan.
Sounds like a guest.
Who do you think? Yeah, no. I told him we're getting him on this week or next week.
Oh, really?
Who do you think I'm talking about?
You haven't ran that past me yet, though, so.
Well, don't be a dick. But this is a shit-kicking. No. This is the bad
McIntyre.
boy. Goddamn right.
Really?
No, he's the man. He showed me. He goes, "Hey, show Andy. I gotta show you this."
What, did he show me a cow?
But Mac, when you send it to me on Instagram, I can't send it to Andy. Like I don't know how to. Like I just give me the.
McIntyre.
He's up there. No, he's up there doing shit. He's a cowboy.
I'd love to have him
He just
on,
had
dude.
a fucking. Let's get him on. Dude.
I'd love to have him on.
Get the big boy on.
I hope people enjoyed last week too, man. Dean Lombardi, he's a cowboy too.
I know. We love the cowboy.
But Grandma Cam, dude, like Grandma Ma, like Larry Johnson, the former basketball player. They call him Grandma Ma.
Hey,
Grandma Cam.
Let's take a picture of my hands and we'll take a picture.
I can't
of
wait
Andy's
to tell my wife that was your hands. She asked me if Kate's mom went. That is amazing.
She need glasses. Or
Grandma Cam.
My hands are huge.
All right, let's get to Jeff Friesen, man.
He was
this
awesome.
guy.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's emotional at the end too.
Gets emotional.
Emotional.
Very high draft pick. Had a great career. He's coaching now. Very clutch. I mean, scored some big time goals and big time moments in Devils history in the Stanley Cup playoffs and in the Stanley Cup final. So, conference final, everything, dude. Overtime goals. This guy is legit. I'm excited for people to hear this interview. I've told people that we've had him on, and I'm like, this dude is awesome. And people are like, wow, man, I have not heard from Jeff Friesen in quite some time. So people are truly going to enjoy this, man. Very, very cool. And, you know, it's good to have people like that on. You don't hear from
Friesen
all
was
the time.
cool, so man.
Yeah.
Devils. Give you guys a little shout out, New Jersey Devils. All you fans out there. I figured I'd get another guy on. We got some more to come too.
I figured I'd get another guy on. Is that what you just said?
What?
I figured
I'm just trying to give the Devils fans a shout out, Andy. Like there's my people out there. Okay, Andy got him. Like, okay, whatever. My point is, we got another Devils guy for you guys. I know you've been texting me about that stuff, man. So we got you on this. Talked about a lot of stuff. Jersey Devils.
Who's your Selke winner for the midway point of this season?
What? Fuck, I don't know. I don't know.
Who's your Lady Bing winner for the midway point?
I don't know.
Halfway awards.
Who's yours?
Lady Bing?
Yeah. Who's yours?
I'd probably go with. Oh man.
Yeah, good one.
Mitch Marner.
Yeah, Mitchie Marnie. I would have said that too.
Mitchie
Marnie. He's doing good. I like them. Man. They're cool.
But I hate to tell you this. Hey, Toronto fans, can I tell you this real quick?
Can I pee?
No, because we're just going to finish this up. Real quick, Toronto fans. Because after watching Tampa Bay, like, I don't know if you're going to beat them again.
Well, how about watching Boston? Like, I mean,
Boston's winning the division. So 2-3 Toronto and Tampa.
Totally, but
I don't know if they're going to beat Tampa this year. If Tampa wants to play.
I know.
And that's the question. Where's their motivation? And I asked Pat Maroon. You can see the interview on Twitter. I asked him how they stay motivated when they've won all this, and of course he tells Grandma Cam hello and all that stuff. So, and he says they hold each other accountable.
He's a media chirper.
Grandma Cam, man, I love it.
It's such a media chirper.
Oh, Grandma Cam.
You couldn't last in the locker. And he's ever been in a locker room.
Oh my God.
He's been in the fake locker room.
What are you talking about?
The fake locker room when you come in at the end when everybody lies to you. It's a fake locker room. If you came in and started chirping like that, the guys would be all over you, homie.
Grandma Cam.
Like you're in the fake locker room. You're when they're like, hey, I'm going to give you what you need. You're not in the real stuff.
No,
That's
I
why
get
you
that.
don't
Hey, you know what?
It's all good.
I get that.
You can keep bird watching. You'll get some more chirps. You'll get more chirps. Grandma Cam.
Grandma Cam. It's a great.
I mean, you
Cam,
post 50 times a day.
No, I don't.
And I can't even keep up with it.
Okay, I don't post hardly ever.
Yeah, you do. You and your wife post so much shit.
She does.
It's unbelievable.
She does.
I don't chirp you.
Cam,
you chirp me for
I don't
everything.
have old. I got very masculine fucking shit kicking hands.
You got hands. You got Ivy hands. I like when the thing is though, I don't want to chirp because I like when she posts pictures of your kids.
I know.
I like it. It's cute. You had a picture of Ty. He's in his gear. You're carrying his bag.
I didn't
was kind of
post
weird
that.
out. No, but I like
She did.
dude. It's sweet.
She sneaks up behind us and takes pictures.
See, here's what
dude.
happens. Like, I like everything Andy posts, and I always comment and say something.
Cam, I was very happy for you guys.
He chirps me every time, and my wife.
Brody, am I wrong? He never even told us that it was Kate's birthday. I didn't even know you were going out of town for her birthday.
Yeah, man.
I thought it was just like a getaway.
Oh, it's her birthday.
Even Patty Maroon.
Yeah.
He asked me what they go out of town for. I go, he's just got to get away, man. They've been through a lot recently.
Yeah, we did. We needed to get
away. And I'm telling you. I didn't know you were staying in the outhouse.
I want you to go there with your wife.
With no electricity.
Oh, it's so
no
beautiful.
Plumbing.
Dude, it's the nicest.
No oven.
They have heated floors. It's heated floors.
Oh,
it's
man.
Brody, I told you. I'll give you gift certificates. It's not that expensive. You and your girl can go down there.
Yeah,
I'll hook you up for
fun.
You
guys should go down there.
Yes.
You should go down.
It's the most romantic
Just
fuck
make
thing.
sure you're in town for the
It's
recording.
3.5 hours
Make
away.
sure you're in town for the recording when we do the intro and we do the interview.
And I always am.
Go out of town for the weekend.
I'm telling you and your wife too.
Okay, I'm telling you that Hair Club is legit.
Yeah, dude. I got to get that back done, baby.
Hairclub.com, baby. Cam, go there today. Check out our landing page, hairclub.com/Cam and Strick. You know they have locations everywhere, don't they?
Everywhere.
And when they walk in there and you walk in and you say, hey, this is what I need, they make you feel like they're at home.
No, it's easy to walk in there, too. And I know it's tough for a man to walk in, or a woman, to walk in and talk about your hair. I get it. But once you're in there, you'll understand.
What about a grandma? Grandma's going to handle it? Can they do anything for your hands? Or no?
Eat it, boy, chirp.
Can they help your hands? Again, you'll probably see them all over the place if you're going down to the All-Star game.
Yeah.
In Florida.
Damn right.
A lot of presents down there. But when you walk in for a hair club experience, how would you describe that, Cam?
Easy peasy. You walk in, people are like, hey, what's going on? They understand.
Yes, they do.
They chill you out. They'll give you all kinds of different avenues to go down. They'll give you a payment plan, Andy, which is
very
good.
important.
Like,
Yeah.
hey,
You don't have to pay it all at
once.
once.
They'll show you. They'll do a little scan on your head, which I love because it's like giving a massage on your head. And they're like, this is where you're losing your hair.
Okay.
This is what we're going to do for you. Here's different options. Here's different payment plans. It's easy, man.
Yeah. Well, we like easy. Check out
Everybody
Hair Club
does.
and check them out today.
Yeah.
Our title sponsor here on the Cam Strick Podcast. All right, First Form. That's PHORM for those of you guys that are keeping score at home. And let me just say this. When you go to check out their website, and this is the website you use, it's www.cam, because everything starts with 3 W's, right? .firstform.com/Cam and Strick. That's the link you use. It is critical you use that link.
Yeah, it is.
Like, make sure they know that.
Please use that link. It's easy, and you go right to the app too.
We're getting on a plan. We're going to be on
we
an
have to,
actual plan. I don't need to be doing all this like workout stuff on video and all that stuff.
I know.
Just,
I get you on that.
Well, but
I will. If
I just want like, and Nick is going to help us out. And he's going to create something for us. So we're looking forward to bringing you that in terms of what our new lifestyle is going to look like. Is it going to require a whole lot of change?
Well, we need a game plan. And using the app, they'll tell you what to eat. They'll show you everything. You type in your calories. It'll just get you on a game plan, get you organized, so it's easier. If you're not organized, you'll be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna get this." It just screws up. It screws up.
Cam,
your
that
whole
First
day.
Form app it's probably one of the most amazing apps I've ever seen in my app career.
I mean, there's a lot of apps going on.
I've never seen one like
this. As far
this.
as the workout's concerned, that app is legit, and it just keeps you. It keeps you structured.
Yeah.
We need that. I've been structured my whole life, and now I haven't been for the past 6-7 years. Been in radio, been doing this, I've been eating shit, drinking way too much beer. I need to get goddamn focused.
Yeah. Are you having dry February?
I look at my wife. She looks so young.
No,
I look
are
so
you?
fucking beat up. What?
Yeah, your hands are.
I know. Maybe you're right on that, Andy.
Your grandma hands. Are you?
Maybe you're right.
Are you really going to have dry February?
Yeah, I am.
Like the whole month?
Yeah.
You picked the shortest month of the year, which is fine.
Black History Month. No drinking.
Oh, good for you.
I know.
Well, good luck with all that, man. I know you're going to be able to do it. Should I do it too and make it easy on you?
I think you're okay, man. You got to go socialize with people. I'm gonna have to hide out for a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. Hey,
So-
you know what? You're going to feel great after you
I
do
know
that.
I will. I'll lose a lot of weight.
I feel great even without being on
Well, I
the
just
plan.
want Nick to
from
know. Like,
First
I want to
Form.
get on this First Form stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I want to get organized with
Yeah.
them. I want to be on that plan.
But I will say this, even without being on the official plan, like I'm on the program. I've been eating the bars. I've been drinking the energy drinks. I've been taking the fish oil pills. I've been eating the protein.
Yeah.
And drinking the shakes and all that. So listen, I feel phenomenal.
You look good, dude.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
See, I don't chirp you like you chirp me. You do look good. You look good on TV.
Really?
You do. Damn right. You look young. You could dye your hair a little bit.
Yeah.
But at this point, I'm
I
like,
think it
fucking let it
kind
go.
of lets
I think
me.
I need you to look a
I think
little
it gives me
older.
that balance.
I think you're right.
Where I don't look too young.
But other than that, man, you fit in all your stuff. Your suits look good.
Yeah.
Your face looks good. Your teeth are white as fuck.
Yeah, well, thank you.
But you could get more cut up.
Yeah.
But like Andy doesn't work out. So the point is like he's just getting
I used
nutrition.
to.
A nutrition diet with First Form.
Yeah.
And it's easy to take care of
Yeah.
that. You don't have time to work out. You're on the go.
I know.
You don't want to eat big meals and fucking clog yourself up all day.
No.
When you have to do an interview, then you got to go there, and then you got to go there.
Yeah.
So Andy's on the run all fucking day. I need to get cut the fuck up like a shit kicker.
I don't like you.
I'm gonna
I don't need you being too
a
caught up.
goddamn shit kicker again. I'm sick of this shit. Nick, I'm not fucking around. We had a good meeting with him.
Yes, we did.
And I'm like sitting there, and we're on goddamn Zoom, and I'm at the cabin, and Kate and I are partying. He's like, "What are you drinking?" I go,
He was asking. See,
I
he
know.
wanted to know what was in that cup.
I go, a protein shake. He's like, "No, you're not." I'm like,
See,
it's a Stella.
you can't fool Nick.
I know, but I'm serious though, because I got up this morning. I did 300 fucking push-ups. I went downstairs. I did my fucking leg workout, and I'm like, "Fuck this shit." Like I gotta get my groove on.
Yeah.
And I need to be structured.
Do you feel
I've always been
do you
structured.
feel re-energized after your weekend?
No, I feel like dog shit.
Do you?
Yes. No, it's not bad. I feel pretty good. We chilled.
Did
we
you
slept
eat at Top of the Rock when
Oh,
we were there?
we ate so much.
Did you order a seafood tower?
Oh God. Yeah, but I didn't like let.
Who was that
anybody else
old
pay
lady
for
that
it.
was eating with you guys?
That's you can make fun of my hands all you want, Andy, and I get that.
I can't get over it.
But like the Ian Cole story that I like dicked over the young kids. And,
No, he
and
didn't
that's
say
such
that.
A fucking.
He didn't say that.
That rattled me.
Okay, well, he didn't say
I
that.
like strive to be cool and like nice.
I
to
can't
everybody.
believe you read into it like
You
that.
said that.
I said he didn't have any money. He was fresh to the NHL. He didn't have any money. He wanted to spend $25 on dinner, and you come in hot ordering seafood towers and bottles of cake bread. So the price per person was up exponentially, and Oshie paid for his meal.
Okay.
That's all it was.
All right.
This is not you taking advantage.
Well, you know those stories with dipshit guys that take advantage. I just didn't do that, man.
okay, don't be so
And I
hard on
didn't-
yourself.
Well, you're the one that brought it up.
You're being way too hard on yourself. First former, say hi to Nick again.
What up, Nick?
Did you let Kate see him in the Zoom or
Oh,
no?
hell no.
Did you see what I was saying? I'm like, hey, can we just do this over the phone? So my wife doesn't have to see you.
Yeah, I know.
But it was great. It was better to do
He's
it
got a
over to
beautiful
Zoom.
wife. He's good to go.
Yeah, you know.
But he is too handsome to hang out with any other,
The best. Kind of looks like Clark Kent.
Yeah, he does. Superman.
Superman.
He does. His hair flowing.
He's got that one piece of hair.
Yeah, he does. That just
He
like
does.
kind of like
Yeah, just
dangles
like
down
it
in front of his
just,
forehead.
just dangles. firstform.com/Cam Strick. That's the website. Check it out. Check it out today. All right, gel sticks, the training mechanism that they have, Cam, for hockey, for golf, and lacrosse. It's a weighted stick.
Yeah.
All right, so you get this weighted sticks, gelsticks.com. It's GELSTX. Check it out. Brody's going to be putting more and more stuff out there on social media. I'm going to get John to send us some weighted sticks, maybe some weighted golf clubs so we can do some videos and stuff like that.
Cool.
And you got to start being like an influencer.
They hooked me up.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I'm going to take him in an alumni locker room.
do some what?
Do some stick handling so I can go out there and dominate.
And then if you stick handle with the
And maybe I'll
weighted
invite you out there.
stick, if you stick handle with the weighted stick,
yeah.
and then what?
And it makes the puck feel like it's nothing. It's air.
You think it'll be good for kids to use too?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
A tie. Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Gelsticks.com. And this is used by NHL players all over the place. Cam Atkinson. I see a bunch of guys on their website. Check it out today. God, I'm
You
coughing,
right?
man. No.
Stop smoking.
It's not. It's another game day tonight, too. 7-game
Yeah, I know.
homestand.
Jesus. You got to go to the rink right now?
I was already there this morning. Then I came here. I'm going back tonight, baby. Looking
Long
forward to it.
day.
Ottawa's in town.
Ottawa. Get Brady.
See Brady and the boys. Our boy DJ Smith, man.
Yeah, he's cool too. Went through a little jam.
They've been letting in a lot of goals as of
Fuck
late.
yeah.
And they need some gel sticks over there, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Give them some training mechanism. But we love the gel sticks, man. Happy to have them on board. Again, gelsticks.com. Check it out. Check out everything they have. And again, for lacrosse and golf, it's not just the hockey, but we focus on the hockey training. But again, this will take your stick handling, your shooting to the next level, Cam.
Goddamn right, man. You feel like you're shooting nothing.
Yeah.
You could rip the puck. Even you, Andy.
Could you imagine training with gel sticks, then going on the ice when your skates were just sharpened by a Sparks machine?
Yeah. 10 and 2, baby.
I mean, could you imagine?
Yeah, it's reality.
What that would do for you?
Yeah, you got edges.
I feel like when I skate, Cam, and bring me your skates so I can sharpen them for you. It just grabs the ice. It just grabs the ice. It's almost like magnetic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you could turn.
I have never experienced better skate sharpening in my life than doing it myself with a Spark skate sharpener. And again, I say this all the time. I got more and more people coming up to me, coaches who I coach with, who are all saying the same thing. Man, thank you so much for introducing the Sparks to us and giving us that promo code because it saves us money. The promo code is Cam Strick. It'll save you more money than what you'll save on Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
Quit saying that, man.
Do you know that 25?
Is that still their thing?
Yeah, well, I'm just telling you what it is.
Yeah.
Do you know that 25 NHL locker rooms use a Sparks machine?
Why wouldn't you? If I was a AAA team, I'd use it too.
Take it on the road?
Yes,
I know.
Of course.
I know.
Why would you deal with the dipshit kid at the pro shop? Think about that.
Who gives you the wrong skates?
Gives you the wrong skates. He's like, what do you want? Cross grind.
I don't know what this guy said he wants. I'm just going to do a
I'm going to do my
I'm
thing.
going to do 5/8.
I'm going to do my thing on it.
Even though he wanted a half.
Yeah, no shit.
It is so easy, man. Best customer service, too. Great people. We love our friends over there at Sparks. SPARX. Use that promo code Cam and Strick. Bellman and Bellman.com. BEHLMANN.com. Say hi to Danny.
Hey, Danny boy.
Say hi to Kenny.
Kenny, what up?
And say hi to Dale.
Dale, what's up?
You didn't see Dale down there as Big Cedar, did you?
I didn't see Dale down there. I didn't see anybody, man.
No?
No one could come near our cabin.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Oh,
you can't
yeah,
walk.
your outhouse. No one's getting near that.
Yeah.
No one's coming near that.
You got to go down there with your girl, man. I'm telling you. You'd have a good romantic time.
Just her, you mean?
Yeah, without the kids, I'd say 100%. It's you and her make a fire.
It's hard to leave
movies.
the kids with the
I get you on
grandparents and shit, dude. No,
Oh, really?
They're a lot to handle.
Yeah.
I mean, they're easy, but it's a lot.
I know what you mean.
They got to go from point A to point B.
I know what you mean. I thought you did that more often. I didn't. That's all good.
I know.
Didn't know.
We always did. It was easier when they're young.
Can go down there in the summer.
When they're little kids, it's easy.
I'm telling you, that place is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I got you.
So maybe I would go down there with you, but with the kids stuff, like you got to do with the kids stuff.
Well, they could leave the kids with you. Eh? That'd be cool because then Laura and I can go out for a night.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Nothing's kids.
You didn't bring any protection or anything down there, did you?
Fucking right, I did.
You did not.
Fucking right, I did.
Oh.
Goddamn right.
Well, they're not staying with you.
No, they get them away from me.
They are
Can
not.
I give
staying
another little
with
shout
you.
out real quick?
To Danny?
Yeah, but I just want to say something real quick, and I go on a tangent. Or you want to save? I'll save this for the.
Save it for the close.
Go ahead. Finish this off then.
Because Bellman and Bellman.com in Troy, Missouri. Get that Buick GMC or that Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on the other side.
Buick.
Cam's driving that Dodge right now.
I didn't bring it today.
No, you didn't.
Not in this parking lot. I brought Kate's car.
Why? Because there's not enough room in
Because
the
it's
parking lot?
fucking a shit-kicking sound bad.
Yeah, but you get the best customer. What kind of customer service do you get there?
No swinging dicks. And that's
Hey,
just the
who
bottom
sent
line.
you that yoink?
A guy from Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Oh, he did a good job on
Yeah.
that.
Hey guys, we'll take any yoink.
Any other
Anything that we say.
illustrations, dude?
What do we say?
We're
I don't
looking
even
for
know.
some new merchandise.
Yeah.
So if you want to have a picture of Danny Boy and Kenny and Dale, no swinging dicks. I mean, hey.
Oh, that's
listen.
yeah. I was wondering where you're going with that.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Uh-huh.
Something for Bellman.
Bellman.
No swinging dicks. Do you think that's a good marketing campaign?
I don't know if
for
they'd
them?
love that or not.
I don't know.
They'd love it on here. I don't
It's
know.
great on
they
here,
should
though,
put it on a
because,
billboard.
Hey, listen, if you know, you know.
If you know,
Like
you know.
you just know. Like I'm just trying to be real.
That should
There's no
be-
swinging dicks.
No, I know.
Guys coming out and fucking.
I used to bag that
I used to
dude
fucking
up.
play football and shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Show me the car.
Bellman.com. Jeff Friesen, episode number 221, right?
Yep.
221, baby. Enjoy this one on the Cam Strick Podcast. Hairclub.com, baby.
Oh, you're damn right.
Go to our landing page today, hairclub.com/Cam and Strick. Regrow, restore, and replace that hair.
Don't wait.
Now to the interview.
Hello.
Freeze.
Hey, what's going on, boys?
What up, man?
What are you doing?
How are you guys?
Are you in California?
Yeah, where you at?
Yeah, yes, California.
It's early. Sorry for making it so
Southern
early on you, you know? I didn't know.
I'm giving you like all the Eastern time zones.
I just got this nasty flu going, so I'm just trying to shake her off.
Yeah, dude.
But
Everybody's sick, man.
I know.
You got kids?
Yeah. Yeah, I got 2 kids. One's a senior, so she's going to be, Keely's 18, and then my son, he's 13, turning 14. But it's more running the academy. I mean, we have 3 groups with our academy at Optimum. So we're at the Great Park down here in Anaheim. So it's the Junior Ducks rink. So it's the Optimum Academy with Craig Johnson and Alex Kim. And then I'm helping with the 09 AAAs and then the 15 AAAs. So 13s, 15, and 16 AAA teams. So you're just exposed to so many kids and, you know, so many players are getting it. It's almost just, what do you do, right?
Man. And yeah, they all fill with bacteria.
And they're all coughing.
That's why I had to get away from Andy because he's got 3 kids.
I know, man. It just rolls through the house. Yeah. So you're coaching out in California, and that Junior Ducks program has really, turned it on over the last several years. You know, out in Southern California, it was always the Junior Kings, man, but the Junior Ducks now have a real strong program. So, like, are you all in? Like, do you just kind of come and go as you please? Like, what's your commitment?
No, I'm committed. I'm all in. Yeah, it took a while to, I think, get fully committed or figure out what you're going to do once you're done playing, and obviously without paychecks coming in, you're trying to figure out, like, am I going to do something in hockey or, and I had some conversations with Doug Wilson a few years ago when he was still with the Sharks, and just with the kids being younger, it just didn't make sense, to do development work. And then the Kings, Dean Lombardi was there, who I was with for years. So, he had offered a scouting position, and I actually just didn't take it, which, looking back, you kind of wish, wow, if now I'd have 5 years scouting, it would be, probably a nice role, and a fun opportunity, but I chose really to be with my kids and spend more time with them. So I got into the youth hockey thing after kind of venturing with a couple different things, like an auction company, a big one out here that, auctions off real estate during the the big recession, I guess, or the housing and mortgage collapse. So worked with that company. Just couldn't really find my niche, though, to be honest. Probably one of the negatives of playing in the league when you're 18 is you don't have, the education background that, one advantage is, playing in the league earlier, but then, it's almost like, I don't know, I just didn't enjoy that, or working in the kind of a farming type of cell rejuvenation company that was, my dad was with John Deere. So I don't know. It's just, it took me a while. I think it's hard, to transition out of the NHL. Such a great life, and, so much energy and so much going on, but, it's the reality. So I've actually just really found that, I'm all in with the youth hockey. Like I said, running an academy with Optimum, with Craig Johnson, who's now an assistant coach with the Ducks. Just a great person and great coach. And his son Ryan is, I think, will be a heck of an NHLer. He still is in the University of Minnesota, but he was a first rounder to Buffalo, and obviously they've got a pretty good blue line with Powers and, adding them. So anyway, he's, and then Alex Kim was he's the one running the Ducks. So I've just kind of went all in with hockey and youth hockey, and it's a lot of fun and learning a lot from skill development right to, managing, 13-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds. It's, you want to give your knowledge from the NHL, but you also realize that, it's about development, and, can't just roll 2 lines type of thing. So you really got to try to develop all your players. So it's
let me know if you ever need Cam to come out and speak, to the kids.
I'm a motivational speaker, dude. I can pump guys up, man. Hey, so you went to the real world a little bit. Like, were you working in an office and you're like, oh fuck, you're like, I can't do this. Yeah.
I was like, this is fucking. What am I doing? I'm staring at the at the fucking ceiling, like, what is happening here? You know, like
you got HR tapping on your shoulder and shit.
Be like, Jeff, you need to log on. Jeff, why aren't you logging on, Jeff?
Fuck that.
That's exactly what it was. And I'm just going to the bathroom. I feel like I was in school, you know, and, you know, needed a bathroom break to, you know, yeah, it just wasn't.
You're smoking in the park. You're smoking in the parking
excuse
lot.
Me, miss, can I go to the bathroom? No, not yet. Did you get your work done? Where the fuck am I?
Yeah, that's exactly. Oh, yeah.
How's the skill? So, like, when you guys go to tournaments, though, man, and you're playing, like, fucking Marlies or whatever, like, do you go to those big tournaments? Like, who do you guys must travel all over the place, or do you guys stay in California area?
No, we got to travel. It's been crazy. I mean, the 16s with Alex, I mean, we have some players that, you know, they came to him. He's an excellent coach, and guys have left Shattuck, you know, one player defenseman who's, you know, a legit prospect, you know, to make it, and a few others, but he draws good teams. So that when you do that, you know, you got to get the exposure for these kids. And in California, we don't host anything. I mean, the Junior Kings finally got Shattuck to come out here. They have an 07, so a 15 U team that's really strong. And it's the first time we got Little Caesars come out here, Shattuck. So they're kind of the first timer in California. I mean, it's great here, but, you know, nobody wants to travel out here. And then you got to have scouts out here to watch. So do they want to come out here? And that's just not how it's been. So, yeah, we have to travel. We got to get on the plane. We've been in Boston. We've been to Pittsburgh, been to, you know, Fargo. I mean, we fly into Minnesota, drive to Fargo. You know, it's, probably 7 or 8 trips, and it's not even Christmas time. It's been a lot,
dude.
And then when you work at 3 teams,
in St. Louis, man, in the 90s, man, no one would come fucking.
And they're still traveling like crazy.
They're still but they're kicking ass now.
But you know, like Phoenix, Arizona, for example, which is like, you know, listen, they've raised their level, but they hosted a showcase this past weekend. Like I would think teams would love to come out to California and spend a weekend. And like, why wouldn't scouts want to come out to California in the middle of winter, man?
Shit, you know?
Well, the Blues just absolutely shit kicked us this weekend. They just
which one?
The
09s?
The 16s.
Oh,
no,
the 16s.
I've known that team for 2-3 years, and they're big and they're heavy and they play, you know, they just want to bully you right out of the rink, and that's what they did. Our boys were, you know, it was a rough start, you know, so no, they're but it's good. But yeah, we do have to travel. It's just the way it is. So
who coaches
we were in Phoenix this past weekend. Alex Kim coaches the 16U team. I'm not sure.
He's asking about the Blues team. But
Blues, you know what? I don't know who. I
know who their coach. It's not a former NHLer.
I was so pissed off in the game. I don't know. Like, I'm respectful. But I'm like, you know, it's great running into former players, but you know, I'm competitive. I want to win, and getting, you know, beat down was not a fun way to start that showcase. No. So, but
hey, get over it, Jeff. Now you got to. We need energy now for the podcast. Okay, turn the page.
Hey, man. So, how are you as a coach, though? Because, man, you fucking, when you played, man, you played hard. Watching all your highlights, like, you skated hard. You're emotional. Like, how do you balance that with the kids?
Yeah, you know what? It's you know, I wasn't, you know, not like I wasn't necessarily someone who was dropping the mitts, but I really looked at myself like I was passionate. I was emotional. I felt like I was a great teammate. Like you know, just through my dad, like I just had to play hard, you know, to start in the NHL at 18. Like I had to go all in. So, you know, that, you know, I try to, you know, or what I want. I know with Phoenix, like Dallas Drake, when you look at his teams and the way he played, and you know, his kids kind of model the way he is. So for me, like I try to do that where, you know, you don't need to fight, but play hard, like get to the front of the net, drive the net, you know, get in those, you know, 5 feet from the net, you know, type of things. And that's, you know, I guess the way I played is, you know, not that I was the greatest player, but that's how I want my guys to play, you know, like, you know, be passionate, score goals, you know, pay the price, you know. So it's not easy. I mean, you know, you can only do so much. And, you know, being in California, I think that's one thing that we do kind of lack a little bit. I think there is actually a lot of talent coming out of California, but you just see that psychological mental game against teams like St. Louis or some of the East Coast teams, or you look at Shattuck's where they know they're really good. So it's just kind of building that confidence in the group. But I do want them to play hard and play the right way, which is, like I said, just paying the price and lay it all on the line. Yeah, you only get one ride at this game, so just enjoy it. Exactly.
Hey, but last thing on this, and then we'll move on. But are the kids coming from all over California? Like, I mean, because here, like, you drive 15, 20 minutes to go to practice. In California, they're driving a couple of hours sometimes, right? I mean, where are they coming from?
Well, you got a lot of clubs out here, number one, but that's kind of the problem. You saw Phoenix really strengthen their, when they got the Bobcats, and then they just went to one team with the Coyotes. So there's probably 7, teams around here, clubs, which really waters it down. And in San Jose, they have their own thing. But a lot of the players from San Jose come down here. But you got from San Diego all the way up to LA. So there's a lot of hockey. Unfortunately, there's a lot of clubs that kind of water it down. But there's a lot of talent out here. I mean, the big challenge is kind of what the, Kings are doing right now with the 07 group, keeping them all here in California. Like, what the model is now is at 14, like, you got to go to Shattuck, or you got to go to BK, or you got to go somewhere, and I guess the major challenge is to try to retain all the talent here in California.
So they don't have to leave,
and then we could have top 5 teams, and you can stay at home, and there's academies coming up now, and the development's there, but we're just losing a lot of players to like Shattuck and a lot of these programs. So that's the challenge, is to try to do it right so people don't have to leave, so.
I get that.
And then
There's a lot of shit to do.
And then the kids are homesick.
Oh.
And they listen, not everybody leaves and has a great experience, man. Sometimes they leave too early.
Beach, baby.
Yeah. Hey, Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan. Listen, this sounds like my kind of
DJ
place
King
right here.
from there,
Oh yeah. This sounds like, and you mentioned John Deere, your dad, like farming and all that. We gotta talk some farming here. We got a lot of listeners out there in Saskatchewan, man. They love it. They love it. So, like, what was your upbringing like, man? Were you a hard worker? Was your dad a hard worker, just grinding it every single day, or what?
Yeah, I mean, we lived in the town. My dad had from when my grandpa died, he took over. He was the oldest son, and had 7 kids. So he took over the John Deere dealership, and then, built that up, and we lived in the city. So I guess I wasn't a farmer necessarily, but a lot of my friends, like, we'd go out and we had to do chores, and maybe probably could have done a few more, if we'd have, I'm not necessarily the one that, if it was hauling bales and doing all that. I was mainly on my backyard rink, like literally. I had, once it froze and we could, my dad would ice it. And it was kind of like an old tennis court that he built borders up and had barbed wire fence on the back. So all my buddies would just come over and we'd play. But I wish, looking back, I wish I would have done a little more building hay, because then I probably could have been at least a middleweight in the league or something, beat the shit out of a couple people. But no, I was, I just played on my backyard rink and just loved it, and then I go inside and, I'd be out there 40 below, and, when all my buddies would leave and my dad had lights up there, and I just sit and simulate like this Stanley Cup, that's all I do. I'd draw the bracket out. I was a big Redwood fan and Steve Yzerman, and they were not good. The Oilers were the team back then when I was growing up, and they were closest to our town. And that's where my parents live now, and they're huge Oilers fans, and my son's an Oiler fan, and I root for the Oilers too. I feel like they're fun to watch, but, and just, kind of join in. But back then I was like, no, I'm an Yzerman fan. I'm a Red Wings fan, But I just sit in the backyard rink and I just loved it. I'd see who was going to win the Stanley Cup, and, had all my hockey cards, and I was really addicted to hockey. I just loved
those
the game
hockey cards,
when I was young.
Yeah, you
keep
can
those
make,
hockey
you
cards.
can make
I sold them for like a Nintendo for my sister when I was 15. Dude. I had like Yzerman rookie cards. I don't know.
Dude, I got a guy for you, man. He'll buy them from you right now.
Money back then. I needed, I was 15 leaving home to Saskatoon. I was like, no, I need some,
How was the
need
dub?
some money to.
How was the like? I'm an OHL boy, man. Our longest travel was like 8 hours to Sault Ste. Marie, like whatever from Windsor. But man, traveling in the dub, all those shit kickers, man. You could put 3 or 4 fucking heavies on each team. Like, how was it?
Oh, it was crazy. You know, I mean, there's so many stories. I remember Dodie Wood. I don't know if you remember him, a tough guy. We're waiting for Swift Current to go on the ice. I'm like, I think I was 15 at the time, and Dodie wouldn't come off the ice. He was injured, and he's just looking at all of us like, you know, somebody want to come out on the ice? And our warm-up clock's just ticking down. But, you know, those are the days where you had separate warm-up. You couldn't even warm up. I remember Brant Myers coming in the playoffs when he's in Lethbridge and smashing all our water bottles and shit, you know, like just, you know, it was just another world back then. I mean, it was just intimidation and, you know, I don't know, but it was, you know, it was a great league, but, you know, back then, I mean, you know, you got in front of the net and we're up 7-3. I remember first fighting the dub, I'm 7-3. I think I had a hat trick already. I'm going for my 4th goal and miss a wide open net. And I'm like, fuck, you know, and all of a sudden Corey Dosdall's just laid me out with lefts and rights and, you know, I'm leaking everywhere. And I'm like, holy crap, where am I, you know? So it was a tough league. Yeah, it was a
You're in
tough league,
Saskatoon,
and now you got 17 hours to go with a concussion.
I know, in a bus,
on a fucking,
and it's 40 below.
Everybody's like, it smells like shit. Food everywhere. Good God.
Welcome to the. Hey man, these California kids, they have no idea what they're getting into when they go to the WHL. Although it's changed, man.
Where am I?
You probably like scare them. It's like that TV show, Scared Straight. You know, like the first like 24 hours. You know,
they're like, where's the ocean?
Can I bring my skateboard with me?
Shit, man.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So who was in that league though? Like who were the big dogs in that league at the time who were like putting up points and I know you were a high pick, but like you know obviously like who were also some of the guys that you were coming up with at the same time?
Well, in my draft year or just
just in general when you were playing junior.
Playing there, yeah.
Well, I mean, geez, let's see. There's so many guys, right? Like you know, Jerome. You know, on our team, we had Jeff Shantz, we had Jason Smith. You know, Smitty was a tough customer. Brian McCabe, you know, was one of my good buddies at the World Junior and stuff. And he was, you know, Darcy Tucker was my roommate at World Junior, but, you know, he was in Kamloops. Yeah, he was a tough. I remember Darcy, too. I'm like, he was not a big guy. And I'm like, I told Caber, we were rooming together, I'm like, I'm going to fight Tux. Like, you know, and I love Tux, but I'm like, I'm going to fight him. And he goes, I don't think you really want to do that. And then I saw Tux throw him like, yeah, we were good friends, but he beat the crap out of somebody on our team. And I'm like, holy crap. I didn't know Tux was so tough, right?
Bro, man.
But, and then we had, I mean, there's just a ton of, you know, there's a ton of guys coming out of there in the Western League. But
did you call Anson Carter Ace when he was on your World Junior team? There, he goes by Ace now. So was that his nickname back then, or did that just become?
Yeah.
Oh, it was.
Oh, it was.
No,
We're corrected.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's what a great guy. Yeah. Ace.
We thought he nicknamed himself.
We've
been making fun of him.
Self-proclaimed. No, he's a funny guy. Yeah, I enjoyed time. I think we were in Czech together. World Junior, might have played in the World Championships together, but yeah, Ace was he's a great man.
Hey, describe the World Juniors back then versus what we're seeing now and over the course of the last 10 years or so, like where it's become so commercialized. And I know Canada, it's always been a way of life, right? Everyone always watched the tournament, but did you feel like even back then when you're playing in that tournament that you're on like the big stage and everybody back home is watching? You guys are like little miniature monsters.
No, 100%. I mean, every step, you know, I left home at 15, went to the contacts, AAA midget, 18 AAA, and you know, that's a big step. And then got to play, you know, finished third in the league or whatever, and then I go to the dub as a 15-year-old where you can play 3 games, and then my season was done, so I played 4, but I had 3 goals and assists, and that's like, wow, I'm in the WHL. Like, I don't even know how I scored. It was just felt like I was on the backyard rink, to be honest. The game, you know, you're playing with so much better players, and the game just seemed easier. I just needed to go to the spots, and but they were so big, but that step was big. And then as a 16-year-old, I know Bedard broke my record or whatever, like the most goals I had at 45 when I was 16, which was probably one of my best years of my life. But I played with a lot of really good veterans back then. They treated me really well. I played with the captain, and after 20 games, I was on the first line. So it was a lot to do with opportunity as well. And the management and the coaches gave me every opportunity. But, that was a big jump. But honestly, in Czech, playing for Team Canada, I had Mike Barnett as an agent, and there's that political game. It could have went a lot of different ways on who was on that team, but I was I guess a 16-year-old on that team or whatever, an underage. So, but just coming out of Czech, when you realize the cameras are on and everyone in Canada is watching, it was like literally goosebumps right down the back of your neck. You're just like, I can't believe this is happening, and within 5 minutes you're in a hockey game, so you just got to play. But I'll never forget, coming out of that tunnel where you're stepping your skates on the ice playing for Team Canada. It was really cool.
And then, dude, you were so young playing in so many different teams. Everybody's older than you. Then you get to the show, you're 18. Like, did you know how to do anything? Like, now you're a man. You got to get your own place. You have a lot more responsibility when you play in NHL like this.
Yeah, you know what? That's the part that I don't know if I regret, but, in that era too, I was just, I don't know what the right word is. Like, it's overwhelming. And, I think it's a lot better nowadays, but, just how to handle yourself, how to manage your money, how to, do you buy a house, or how's it going to look? Do you buy a car? What kind of car do you buy? Or, the veterans are saying, you got to get a fancy car, you got an expensive car, like just all those peer pressures. I mean,
suits,
and you have a lot of great, veterans that help you. I mean, without a doubt, there's so many. I mean, it's hard to think of a bad person that I've ever played with. Maybe someone who rubs you the wrong way, but it's such a humbling sport. I mean, as you guys know, so many great people, but there's also a lot of pressure. So I felt like a lot of people were helping, but a lot of people were competing with me too. So they were, there's just a lot of that dynamic that goes on. So I think that part's a little overwhelming. I was a big contributor to the team, I think, at an early age, but I know at the end of my career, I was on a fast track just trying to get to the NHL. That's all I wanted to do, Even at 17, I was like, I just can't wait to get to the NHL at 18. And that was just where my mindset was, and but I just wish there was more. If I look back, I just think it's such a great opportunity now to play hockey, just because there's so much. You can watch a Tom Brady. I watched a documentary on him the other day, and it was just phenomenal just to see his mindset. And I think he's the worst athlete to ever do the combine or something, but he's probably the greatest player to ever play, football, in my opinion. I'm sure a lot of people, but, just having access to even stuff like Conor McGregor and just what he's done for his sport. And I watch so many, different things. I mean, he's a wild guy, but I love watching just his mindset on how he approaches, and the secret.
He's past his
No,
prime
he
now,
is, but just if you look back,
dude, he's done
what he's done is
phenomenal.
He's sleeping in silk fucking sheets. Right now.
He took this sport
he's on
to
the fucking yacht. He's gonna get his ass kicked because these guys are killers, man. Yeah. And he's just on a different level, and it's not good for a fighting game.
Yeah, but he took the sport though.
Dude, he took over the sport, and he made a bunch of shit.
Yeah, and just to get to that level, it's pretty crazy, right? Like, just to get to that level, that's all. Like, it's hard to sustain it and hard to keep your level head, and that's probably the hardest thing, I think, for any athlete. Like, if you look at Brady, like Tom Brady, I think he's just does it year after year, and those guys are, it's just very rare. But at the UFC, you got to be number one, or you're kind of washed up or something,
Or
like,
you're gonna be loud. You have to be controversial, like Kobe Covington, who was he was winning fights, but he just wasn't loud enough. So then he gets on the Trump train and starts being political, and then he was really loud, and people hated him, and that's how it works. Now he's making a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
That's how it
No,
goes.
100%.
That's what you should do, Jeff. You should just start screaming from the mountaintop, man.
Start be crazy on
and
Twitter.
Then you'll start making money. Hey, Connor Bedard, though, man.
Book.
Connor Bedard. So he breaks your record as a 16-year-old. I'm watching highlights last night. Like, some of these plays that he's making in these exhibition games playing for Canada. Like, so he's a Regina guy. Do you know him? Like, have you met him before? Like, and just in terms of watching him play, or no?
No, I've met a couple. Well, there's 3 scouts I know with Regina. I'd like to get back there, and I wish I would have even came in just to meet him. But yeah, I'm a big fan. I think he's obviously a special player. So, but no, I've not met him. I was not as good as him, obviously, but yeah, it's really cool to have just to watch a guy like that. I watched a lot of the World Junior last year where he was, just had to kind of accept a role, but he's just to me, a special player. But, again, to make that next jump is, remain to be seen how good he will be. But, I guess we'll see. But I love his game. I love his shot.
Is your jersey retired there? Is your jersey retired in Regina?
I don't think my jersey's retired anywhere.
In Regina, son?
Come on, Regina.
Actually, Saskatchewan. They're looking at a Hall of Fame thing. Yeah, maybe Meadow Lake. They're retired.
The Meadow Lake Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I wasn't that good, but anyhow.
How was you play with Korea, Otsi? Like, how was Adam Oates? We've had Otsi on. He was my coach in junior, or I'm sorry, and with the Devils. Like, how was he with you? And like, because he, it's his way or the highway with so many different things. But were you close with him? How was he?
No, I actually never crossed. I was there. Otsi came in the year I got traded to New Jersey. So we.
That's not the first time.
Why would you stop me?
That's not the first
Andy,
time.
I know. I just want to keep you going.
Why would you stop me, Andy?
Otsi went there. And then I got traded in New Jersey. Peter Sikora came in, and that's where we were like 14th. And Babcock came in, and, they had Korea, Ruchin. Jaguar was obviously a backbone of their team. But, yeah, they revamped, went to the Stanley Cup final, and I got traded that same year to Jersey. So, and they were rebuilding in Jersey, too. They had a couple off years after they won a couple cups. So, they were gunning for a cup. It was a different team, and we ended up playing Otsi in the final, which went to Game 7 in New Jersey, and obviously winning a Stanley Cup. It was. I remember, we win at home. The home team wins every game, and it's like, do you want to go to Letterman, Freeze? No, I was done. I'm like, run to the Yankees game, get a jacket. I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm done, Whitey, and all these other guys, everyone, Marty, they're all, been through it, and they're going. I was so exhausted. I think just adding on, I didn't want to lose to my team I just got traded from, like there's that part of it too, where you're like, I don't want to see my buddies win a cup. Like it was so important to me to win a cup. So,
Whitey's not going on Letterman. Whitey's not going on Letterman. He's going to that little fucking dive bar and drinking fucking.
Hey,
he's the best, man.
All right, but now that we're talking,
I drove to the rink with Whitey every day for 2 years or whatever I was there. Yeah, Whitey, we lived.
Colin White,
we could walk over each other's house. Yeah, what a great guy. For
all right,
sure.
So we're talking Stanley Cup final though, Game 7. Like you always came through in the big games, man. Like that's got to be one of the most magical seasons in the playoffs that we've seen from an individual, like in a while, to come through in in Game 7s, man. Like that takes you to a completely different level when you're clutch and you're scoring goals in a Game 7, man. You got to feel really good about that, doing it not only in the conference final, but then coming back and scoring 2 goals in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup final, man. That'll never leave you, ever.
Yeah,
Jeff.
No, I appreciate it, guys. And that's I was on the backyard rink, looking back at that. It was always a tied game and who was going to come through in the clutch. And, back then I just was following my dream, wanted to make the NHL. But I always just, even in Regina, if you look at old film, I wish I could get it. But the majority of my points were like late in games, like just, I really enjoyed it, and probably the downside is why didn't I play that way all the time? Why did I be so inconsistent? And that was a part of my game, which I can be honest. We'd be up 3-1 and they'd say, it's the old, oh, this guy's going to score the 7th and 8th goal. And I never wanted to be the guy. So I was always just, chipping pucks deep and kind of laying off the gas. But when it was 2-2 or games are on the line, like I always felt that, I was brought my best game or was really in the moment, but that run to be on a team, I mean, you have to be on a team where you can, have the opportunity to do it. So that team with Marty, and you got Scott Stevens on your blue line, and Scott Niedermeyer, and Ken Danico, and Brian Rafalski, and Whitey, and then you got Tom Galbeline. I mean, it's so I mean, and then just Joe Nieuwendyk and Ilias Gomez, Gianta. It was just Pandolfo, Madden. I mean, it's just these guys, Jamie Langenbrunner. I mean, so you got to be
anybody we've heard of by any chance? Anybody?
Yeah, I've never heard of any of those. Hey,
it was I love those guys. I love everyone I played with. I just love the game, and but yeah, to be in big moments, I think as an athlete, that's something that I was, eventually taught. Like you're going to measure yourself on what kind of player you are and how you are in the big moments, and I think that that's what, what it's all about. I mean, there's so many great things with the game, but can you play big in big moments? I think that's like something that I think every player should take pride in, and that's why playoff hockey is so great.
Yeah, man. And how was Lou when you first got there? Did you ever get into any jams where you're like maybe you weren't shaved, your jersey was tucked in or whatever the fuck?
Oh, it was everything with Lou. I mean, honestly, I couldn't believe it. Was like going like you're in the NHL, and then you're like, okay, now I'm on honestly, where am I right now? Like shirt and tie everywhere, like shaved after 2 days. And luckily, I was a player. Every week or two, I had a meeting with Lou Lamoriello. It was just, and guys would laugh their ass off. They're like, Friese, guys are afraid. Like, no one knows where Lou lives. Like, Lou's just a freaking, like, Don Cherry or one of these guys that's just, he's just on another planet when I think about the game of hockey and what he's done and his presence. And like, literally every week or two at minimum, I got to walk up to the office. Johnny McLean's tapping me on the shoulder. The boys are howling. They're like, even Scott Stevens, like Scott Niedermeyer, like they're even chuckling. There's like, Lou's got meeting after meeting with me, and I just to this day don't know why. I think he just really wanted to mold me that year, and or for whatever reason. But he was a very interesting GM to play for. But
what would he say to you in the meetings? Like, what would he say? Did he play mind games with you, or was it more just
a lot of the mind games, like, it's not about line chemistry, and I was stubborn. I look back and I didn't go to my exit meeting. After we won the cup the next year, he didn't sign Joe Nieuwendyk, and I had a terrible year. My knee was hurt, and I didn't even go to my exit meeting with Lou Lamoriello, and he made me fly in there. Says no one's ever left without, because I was so pissed off at him. He didn't sign Joe Nieuwendyk, and I'm like, here's a center that I loved, and it's like, all these talks we have about line chemistry, and I'd say, look, you had Ilias and Sikora and Arnott, and they were like magic. I'm like, there is line chemistry. Like, I remember one time, I'm like, just trade, he's like, I'm going to put you on waivers. I'm like, go ahead, put me on waivers. Like, I don't care. Like, there's 31 teams that'll pick me up, like, that's what I told him. And I said, play me with Joe Nieuwendyk and Jamie Langenbrunner. Like, they're not exactly, hitting their strides either here. Like, maybe this line will work really well. And, we finished the rest of the season together and won the cup. Unfortunately, Joe got hurt and Mike Rupp stepped in on our line. But, I was a big believer in some guys. It doesn't mean you're a bad player or it doesn't mean anything. It's just certain guys you click with, and
but isn't
there was
it
just
weird?
Certain guys, simple guys I clicked with that wanted to work hard and wanted to play with passion, or put me with middleweights and heavyweights. Like, I'll just be like, hey, just go in the corner. I'm going to get you points, like, I love playing with guys that were tough, and, it's just, whatever role I need to play. But
isn't it weird though, Friese, that you're talking to the GM about who you're playing with? Why wouldn't you be talking to Larry or who was the coach? Larry was a
Pat
coach.
Burns was the coach, wasn't he?
Was it?
Yeah,
Pat?
Pat
Yeah, Larry was 2000. Then
Did you like Pat? Like, was Pat like a supporter of the players? Like, when you're dealing with some of that stuff with Lou, like, can you go to Pat, or is he just kind of stay on the outside and just kind of let Lou do his thing?
No, Lou, with Pat, Pat, I would say he didn't like me. I know my parents said after we won the cup, like, oh, Pat's wife said you're one of his favorite players. Like, I was like, I never felt that ever. 'Cause I feel like
she said that to everybody, Jeff.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah, exactly.
I heard the same thing.
I'm like, Mom,
he told
I don't
me
think
the same
so.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a great point. And and Pat was a tough coach. I mean, I didn't really think he ever, was a big fan of mine, but it is what it is. I mean, it's just, that's the nature of the business. But Lou, I felt was, though, and Lou wasn't asking my opinion. Lou was going to do whatever he did, but he just, he's up in his booth. He's got his tinted things. He's there every day. Like, he was the best GM I ever played for. I really enjoyed Brian as well, but Lou was the best. I'm not saying bad about him. He's his pulse on that team is, and the way he does it, it's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, it's hard. You got to shave, you got to weigh in, you got to all the little details. But those little details, I learned that's what really set them over the top. And that's probably why in close games they ended up winning. And maybe there was a guy who was 3 or 4 pounds not over his weight or whatever. Not saying it's right or wrong, but it worked. And I thought he was a phenomenal GM and learned a lot, and obviously got to win a cup with him. So
what about on the road though? Like, you guys, like if you play for certain teams,
I was scared.
I know,
but like, I was just scared.
Did you guys? Were you guys? You have to have a system down with the older guys to sneak out and go have a beer. Like, you got to all be on the same page. Like, we're meeting here, we're going there, we got to go around this way. Like, you want to enjoy yourself, but he's watching at every turn.
Yeah, no, and that's where the veterans, it was amazing, because I'm like, the guys had more camaraderie with that than any other team I played with. So you'd think like no one would have a beer together, but it was the opposite. Everybody was having, it was always, I'd say 95% of the time, like, it was just very rare for the guys not to get together, even for a lunch and have a couple of beers and then go to the plane or whatever. Like, it just seemed like, the guys, and that was big in that era, probably a little too much, but, just in general, I mean, there's something to be said, just the team, hanging out together and really just trusting one another. And, I think that's huge. But Jersey, somehow, the veterans pulled it together. I always thought it was a conspiracy, because I'm like, how doesn't Lou know? Like, everyone's, it
brought you together. His presence brought you guys all together as a team. Like, wow, we're together. Let's enjoy and cherish this moment, because we don't get to do it all the time.
But listen, hold on, Jeff. You don't go to your exit meeting. Yeah. So, do you know your days are numbered? Like, how do you end up in Washington? And I got to ask you about your experience. I know you weren't there very long, man, but it's Ovi's rookie season. He's scoring 50 goals his rookie year. Yeah. Like, did you know right away that Ovi was just going to all of a sudden, like, just be this generational talent? He's unbelievable. He's got so much flash and sizzle to his game, man. He's got his own look. Like, how did guys respond to Ovi when he first, like, came into the NHL?
Well, first of all, they exit me to answer that one first. But that was, probably where I got ahead of myself. And here you got Lou Lamoriello. But I really was bothered by my knee. I needed a knee scope. So I flew to the Dr. Ting, who was with the Sharks. And they said, yeah, absolutely. You need meniscus is, all over the place here. You have to clean this out. So I was on the operating table literally before they're going to, put me under. And my agent calls, or the doctor says, Lou Lamoriello's on the phone. He needs to speak with you. And I answer, he goes, Jeff, you didn't do your exit meeting. I said, yeah, I flew in here. I need meniscus. I need to get my knee done. I told you it's been bothering me for, last 3 months of the year. Like, you guys say there's nothing wrong. Like, I was in pain whole year, and it bothered me, and okay, well, I need you to fly to New Jersey. So I had to drive back to Anaheim. I had to get on a red eye. He's like, yeah, Marine or Marie's going to book you the thing. So I fly in. I stay at Scotty Gomez's place. Like Gomer gave his place. He's in Alaska. So I get in there at night. I get into Gomer's place, and I get to the rink, and Lou looks at me and says, "Jeff, good to see you. You can have the surgery." That's all he said. And I'm like, "Thanks, Lou." And so I went back to to Gomer's place, and then got on the plane and, headed back to Anaheim, and then made the drive back to San Jose and had the surgery. So I think it was his way of just showing like I'm in control, right?
Wow.
So
could wait, because you're on the operating table when he calls you. So what? Then you just got up and left and came back and went straight to Jersey, and then had to come back and then go have the surgery done?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. That's a long way to go just to get a hug from Lou and say, "Yep, I can have the surgery." What do you wanted to show me? Hey, I'm the GM. I'm in charge. He could have said okay on the phone, but no, he was going to make me drive back, which is from San Jose to Anaheim. I mean, that's a good 7-hour, you got to get over the Grapevine and you get through LA traffic and get in and, then, yeah, so it's something you laugh about, but
just jump on a Zoom, Jeff. You should have just jumped on a Zoom call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like living in Jersey, man?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, you're close to Manhattan. I mean, I think there's a lot of break-ins with cars and stuff. I mean, I had like a Ford, Explorer or something. Like, I was like, whatever, or a Ford pickup. I can't remember what I had, but there was actually like 6 break-ins at training camp where all the guys had the cars, and then the cops were there the next day, like 2 cops, and there were still like 3 cars stolen. Like it was pretty crazy in that regard. It's just
at that practice rink in South Mountain. At the practice rink in South Mountain.
Yeah, there was a hotel there where all the guys would stay when they get back, and there's always some kind of stuff. I don't know what it's like now, but I know when we got there today, make sure you don't have a nice car, because there's a lot of car issues. But in general, I obviously winning a cup there and playing for Lou and on such, like I mentioned, all those great players before. I mean, it's just, it was a great time. But I think everywhere is nice, though. Every NHL team. So it's just kind of what your favorite is or whatever. But it just every city's,
mine's probably Anaheim.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
Lock your damn doors. All right, let's get back to Ovi. All right, so you go to Washington, and this Alexander Ovechkin comes in, man. He's like, hey, everyone knew who he was, but he's got the tinted visor, he's got the long laces going down, yellow. Like the laces around his waist though too, man, around his pants. Like he just had just his own style. He had the different colored tux on his skates. Did you know right away, like, wow, this is like the greatest shooter I've ever seen in my life? I've never seen anybody do this. I mean, he's putting up 50+ goals his rookie season.
No, and when I started in the league, I played in San Jose with Larionov and Makarov, and they were still, just amazing players. I mean, they play as a 5-man unit. I never seen that before. Makarov would put pucks in his skates, and you're like literally stopped, and he's like, all of a sudden he's like a mile away from you and just laughing at you. It's like, it was pretty, there's generational players, and even like Scott Niedermayer, I never seen him ever play a bad game, like ever. And then, same as Scott Stevens, unless he was -2 or 3, watch out, because he was going to demolish someone. But when you look at Ovi, it was just like, wow, like he ran over. I remember a game in Anaheim, we had a rookie meal, and he's crying, he's passionate, he just loves the team, he wants to win, like he's got that passion, and in just kind of an Ovi way, right? Like he's just on another planet, and he runs over Vitaly Vishnevsky, I think twice. I mean, just once when he's just carrying the puck through the neutral zone, and Vish comes in, and Vish get hit hard, kind of like a Kasperitis or something, and he runs over Vish, and I'm just like, what is going on? Like Vish's helmet goes flying. I'm like, he scores 3 goals. This is right after he does that behind the back, like twirl, and that's. And he was, just a great teammate. I think he needed to learn, because he'd do that between the legs like 8 times in a game, and he'd turn it over like 6, which I'm like, eventually you're going to have to cut that out if you do want to win. But obviously he figured it out and he's won. But And there's a way he could shoot the puck. The way he was built, I mean, his lower body just like a horse, you know, and loved his Red Bulls. You know, I'd always have the Red Bulls, and he'd have Red Bulls, and I'm like, this kid is just hilarious, you know, like he's just a funny guy. And but yeah, he was just on another planet, and you know, obviously he just came in the league that way, and he never stopped. And you know, it's funny, I had the coach there, one of the craziest, you know, weirdest things, which was unselfish on my part, but probably the dumbest thing is when the coach called me in and says, I want to play you with, you're struggling. I want to play with Ovi and Dinas Ubris. And I said, well, our captain was Clarkey, and he was having a career year, and that line was doing phenomenal. So I said, well, yeah, that's great, but it's not the problem. Like, I'm basically just, you know, Sewer and Clarkey here. And he ended up not putting me on the line. It was probably the dumbest thing I've ever done. But I felt bad for Clarkey. I'm like, he's doing great. Like, or not, we need a second line that's going. Like, you know, but I missed an opportunity to, you know, probably have a lot of, you know, be on a line with him, which
you still be playing.
I was on a line. Yeah, I'd still be playing. I'm like, what an idiot I was. Like,
hey, did
sorry,
guys?
Clarkey, you know.
No shit.
Yeah, Chris Clark was the captain.
Yeah.
Hey, did
yeah, he was a good guy, though.
Did guys like Ovi though? Like, was he too much?
Yeah.
Was he cocky as a young kid? Like, did veteran guys have to reel him in? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, what was he like how did he fit in with the group?
He fit in great, you know. I mean, it was a different world, though. I mean, they had a disco ball, and it was like coming from the Sharks. It was kind of that, you know, it was a, you know, Daryl Sutter environment. So it was, you know, I wasn't used to that. Anaheim, it's kind of a step back, and then you go to Jersey, which is Lou's environment, which, you know, and you know, Dean Lombardi was like, Lou is his mentor, the guy he looked up to. So like the Sharks and Devils kind of was like, and Lou ended up, or Dean ended up winning a couple cups in LA. So he was a good GM as well. But, you know, those environments were different. Now we got a disco ball and everything's kind of lighthearted and guys are dancing. And I'm like, we're like 4-11. Why are we freaking dancing to a disco ball? You know, I'm not used to this, but I think he kind of embraced the room and the way, you know, just the type of player he was, you know, he just backed it up and he just seemed on another planet, you know. I mean, a lot of guys, they can't turn pucks over 6 times. Well, he came in as a rookie and played his game, and coaches would say stuff, but he would just keep playing his game. And I think that's why he's, you know, not let anyone get in his head. And so to answer your question, yeah, he's a very likable guy. I mean, for sure. And he was like that when he was a rookie, and I'm sure now he's a veteran and, you know, looking to, you know, break Gretzky's record, and, you know, they're chasing it down now. I mean, he's just, yeah, there's nothing but, you know, nothing was cocky with him, or you didn't, you know, you didn't say he was the best, or didn't walk around like he was too good for anyone, or, you know, one of those personalities.
Yeah, people pump his tires. But like, listen, but a lot of our listeners are going to remember you as San Jose, though. And like, you coming in as a young kid, you've said you like Daryl Sutter, man. Like, you watch Daryl right now. I know it's several years later, and it's like, you know, he kind of puts on a show for the media. He knows what he's doing, and there appears to be maybe a disconnect between he and the players right now in Calgary. They're not having a great year, but you really like playing for him? Like, did all the guys like Daryl back then? You think he was the same then as he is now?
Not all the guys.
Okay.
No, not all the guys. I don't think Patty Marleau, I shouldn't speak for him, but I know, you know, there's certain personalities. Like, Daryl was the best coach I ever had, and I really like Brian Burke, but Lou was the best GM. But yeah, Daryl, honestly, every day was just like, felt like game 7 of a Stanley Cup final. I don't know. He really, I just loved playing for him. But, you know, he came into San Jose. He'd never missed the playoffs. He cleaned house. He got rid of, like, guys, really good players like Ray Whitney and Victor Kozlov and a lot of the, you know, some younger ones. But he was ready to clean everyone out of there. And you know, for me, like, I remember Bernie Nichols saying, hey, you got to tell him to fuck off. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, I'm telling you, JR did it. And you know, he wanted that confrontation. So, you know, all of a sudden there was fuck you, you know, or back and forth. And then he played me 25 minutes that game.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
like, what?
Yep.
So, you know, he was able to push my buttons the way I needed it. And that was probably the, you know, he'd say in Edmonton, like, you know, you have your popcorn and, you know, your parents are sitting there. Like, he'd always be constant chirping if you weren't going. And the reason I loved him is he'd give you about 3 shifts. And then literally, like, if you weren't going, he'd play like our 4th line. It could be, you know, his brother, like Ronnie Sutter and Dave Lowry and whoever. And if you weren't ready to go, he's like, I played the game. He's like, you're not going to be 100% every single game. So those games you're not ready to go to war for him. Like, he's there to win games. And if you're not, like, he's going to play the other lines. And I thought that was fair. You know, it was made for long nights if you weren't ready to go. But you better believe for the first 3 shifts, like, you better be forechecking, moving your feet, you know, playing, you know, you're not just, you know, going to just kind of half-ass it or whatever. You better be all in or you weren't going to play. And I think that's where, you know, along with his speeches, I mean, I don't think it's show. He's just a funny guy. Every speech I've had, whether it's in the locker room or even in Calgary, he wasn't a good GM. You know, that's the one thing. He's never on the team. And I signed there to play for him again. And he ended up being the GM. And that was a big disappointment for my career. I should have just stayed in Anaheim. He wanted to re-sign me, but, you know, shoulda, coulda, woulda. But no, the best coach I've ever played for. And I don't know how he, you know, players couldn't want to play for him, to be honest.
It's new age now, man. The guys
know,
change.
these young guys,
they're
man.
softer now.
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
yeah,
what coach didn't you like?
I had a hard time. Well, Pat was not. It's surprising. Like, won a cup with him, but he wasn't. He was not one of my favorites. Randy Carlyle. That's why I didn't sign in Anaheim. We signed it.
Yeah.
You know, Berkey wanted to sign me. I'm like, I can't play for this guy. Like, when I got traded there right away, he's like, you know, basically he's like, you suck. You know, like, I don't know why we traded for you. I'm like, oh, why did you? You know, I'm like, is this guy for real? And then he sat me out, and I'm like, and we had a good team. Like, Chris Kunitz was young. I'm like, this guy's good. Like, Getzlaf, Perry. I'm like, these guys are 4th liners. Oh my God, they're going to be like making $7 million one day. You know, these guys are phenomenal. And it's like, so instead of like getting pouty or anything, I just cheered the guys on, and we won a couple games or whatever. And I'm high-fiving. I just didn't want to show any selfishness and just like, hey, if you want to trade for me and I'm just a scratch, like, I'm good with it. I want to be in the lineup, but I'm not going to drag the team down. And we had a good team. We almost went to the Cup. We lost Edmonton. It was our goalie kind of, you know, I think it was Brizgalov kind of.
He was thinking about the universe.
UFOs.
Yeah, exactly. There, Briz, I get there. He's like, shows me first day I got traded there. He's like, look, and there's a bug in his water bottle. He's like, yeah, don't drink from the jug. There's bugs in there. I'm like, okay, buddy. Like, who is this guy? You know, like, what a character. Like, acting like he knew me for like forever. I'm like, who the heck is this? He's the goalie. I'm like, where does he think he knows me from? Like, what's going on? You know, just, and then, yeah, Briz is quite a character, but, yeah, so anyway.
That's awesome. Hey, listen, I remember my first year covering the Blues. Like, they win the President's Trophy, and you guys come in San Jose and beat them in the first round.
That's right.
They're like, you know, they're bleaching their eyebrows. They're doing a bunch of different shit.
The paper.
Mark Bergevin's throwing the puck into the net. Owen Nolan scoring from the red line on Roman Turek. Were you guys like, what is going on? Like, I mean, why were you guys able to do so well in that series and beat St. Louis, you think?
Well, we had a close team, but I had food poisoning. I had oysters before we left. I remember I was puking my guts out, and I did not want to miss the game, but I had such bad food poisoning. So I get off the bus. I can't get in the rink, so I'm keeled over on the sidewalk puking. The Blues fans are like chirping, and I'm like, so I literally had to go back to the hotel. I couldn't go. We get demolished in game 1, but we came back in game 2 and won that. So now we're heading back home. And, you know, honestly, our main focus, because that was a really good team, the Blues. They were phenomenal. So, really it was Roman Turk. That's who, the whole game plan was like, get angle shots, throw him in his feet, and pretty much that was our game plan. And other than that, I mean, we needed to play obviously hard defense, which Darryl always with his teams just drove that in relentlessly till, and then the offense would come, but he was so relentless on defense. So we just try to keep it close. And, we had Owen Nolan and, guys like Mike Ricci, and, we had some guys that, were good around the net, and getting those hard areas. So I think it was just more of a matchup thing than anything, but it's kind of like with the Devils when we played Ottawa. That's another series that you leave the series going, you kind of know how you won that series, because even with the Devils, when we won the Cup, like that Ottawa team, I don't know, they had Chara and Redden was just solid, and they just seemed like they had 4 lines, and they were fast, and they were just skilled, and they were, good defensively and just hard to play against. So that's what St. Louis was that year. But in plus two, they probably had a lot of the pressure on them, and you know how that goes. Like sometimes you just catch a team, and we were a little more relaxed, and but we were still a good team. But I know we just targeted Turk and were able to get some.
That'll do it.
That'll do it here in
That'll do it.
They had a picture in the paper after they won the Stanley Cup, like in one of the papers down here. It says "Place Cup here," where it showed like the team celebrating.
Really?
Yeah, I remember
that year?
That year, right after 90.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy. Hey, listen, what's the story? You got to take us through the entire situation here, where Craig Berube jumps you on the ice. He's in the box, and a teammate of his purposely flips the puck over the glass and into the stands so they get a whistle so he can come out, and he lines up right next to you at the faceoff. Like, what is he saying to you before the puck drops, and what are you thinking there?
Oh, he just said, "I'm going to kill you." And Dave Lowry is the one who did it. And, the thing is with that whole thing is the biggest, I'm like, I got to watch this crap on YouTube. I should have just at least thrown a damn punch and then hit the deck or something. But I was with, I think it was Kelly Buckberger at World Championships, and he's telling stories, and he says, Berube is just the only guy, he said, he hit me so hard when I went down, he cracked my helmet in half. Right. So this is the visual I have while all that is going on. And the ironic thing is Calgary was on a roll. They needed to beat us. We were in Anaheim. We were out of the playoffs. And Kevin Sawyer and, I can't forget, Danny Lambert runs their goalie when we're up 5-1 and they're already ready to lose their mind. So what's coming. It's brawl central. So the first line is obviously a brawl, and they had Regier fought one of them and did well, and Jerome fought whoever the other one was, I can't remember. There were 2 tough guys, kind of were in equal fights, and they were both tough. But so now all of a sudden the next line 5-on-5 brawl, right? So that gets all cleaned up, and then now it's me and Conroy at center. So I'm like, all right, okay, Connie, that's a good matchup. Well, he doesn't drop the gloves. He wins the draw and he takes off, and now we're playing. So it's whatever. So there's an empty net. I dump it in the corner or whatever. And all of a sudden, one of their little guys, I can't remember, goes and fights our D. So now we got another melee. Well, I get Mark Savard. And he's like, don't hit me, and he's not a fighter. And I'm like, come on. She's like, don't hit me. I'm like, fuck it. What am I going to do here? So I don't even get tossed. So now I'm still in the game because I don't, me and Savard don't even get penalties. And I'm like, all right, should have just swung, because now all of a sudden, Berube's sitting in the bench. If this guy comes out, what's going to happen, right? This is all going through, it's Craig Berube. So all of a sudden, face-off wins, Dave Lowry, dink, throws her over the glass. Chief comes out, or Berube comes out and friggin' right after me. And I'm lines up, and I'm like, oh boy, this is not going to be good. And I honestly just didn't know what to do. I was all I'm thinking is he's going to split my helmet off. He's probably going to break my nose all over the place. So, and I hit the deck, which is embarrassing, but I mean, Berube's,
what else are you gonna do?
No, yeah, I look at that thing online. I'm like, oh, even out to Calgary and Brett Warner's bringing it up, and I'm so embarrassed. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, probably should have just grabbed on and tried to throw one.
Hey, so what did he say?
Yeah,
He should have
exactly.
fucking piss pumped his ass.
Hey, so what did he say? He said, "I'm gonna kill you" before the puck drop.
Yeah, I mean, he was just scary, and that, those heavyweights were, and I don't, I have nothing but respect for all those heavyweights and stuff, right? Like, you just, like, come on, like, I'm not, these guys are they just seem so, like, just on another planet for just how big they were, like Proby or, Ty Domi, like, but Berube, yeah, like, he's just scary. So he just comes out and says, I'm going to kill you. And I'm like, no, you're not. You're going to go through my stick. But I didn't really want to, start chopping him either. Cause I'm like, I didn't really want a whole career of him trying to rip my head off. So.
Did he apologize to you after?
No.
Andy, what the fuck?
I know. Hey, I remember Sergei Fedorov flipping you over too with the hip check and like open ice. Fedorov.
Yeah.
Just sticks the ass out.
Yeah, he could. He flipped me one time, but he was kind of like Ovi, where he's built so big he was such a great skater, so powerful. But yeah, he flipped me. Kasperitis got me a couple times.
Casper.
Yeah.
We had him on.
And ironically, well, not ironically, but Rob Blake was one of the scariest hitters too. If you ever pissed Rob off, like, you better watch out. Like, if he wanted to, he could have, played more reckless. He would have hurt a lot of people.
He would kill guys
with his ass.
What about
with his ass? He'd swing his ass at you. And one time in Colorado in the playoffs, I cross-checked in front of the net. Like, I always tried to, like, own the front of the net, like D, D, like, own you. Like, this is my territory. So I always, like, no, why not have the same approach as a forward? Like, get in there, own that. So I'm, like, cross-checking him, and I can obviously he didn't like that, because, a couple shifts later, I'm doing a breakout, in our zone, and all of a sudden, here comes a flying ass at you. And every time he hit me, I'm like, or you lose your breath. You don't know you don't know what's wrong inside you. You're just like, can I even get up? Did I, like, you just don't know. And to be honest, like, you don't know if your butthole split open and there's blood. Like, when he hit you, it's literally, that was the impact. And he did it twice to me, where I'm just like, I don't know if I can get up right now. Like, it was just the force of that flying ass at you. And I don't know how he could hit that way, but
the flying ass,
kind of like Bobby Plager did to you, Andy.
I know.
A charity game.
Hey, what about Pronger? Did Pronger, like, put fear in you or no in front of the net?
Pronger, we played together, so he was just such a confident guy, and I really got along with him. We played cards at the World Juniors, so I guess he was an interesting guy. Like, he played with an edge, but he's almost one that you kind of leave alone and let him, like a lot of guys, you didn't really want to piss him off too much.
Don't poke the bear, yeah.
Yeah, don't poke the bear, and try to, let him just look for goals rather than trying to rile him up, type of thing, and look for your spots to get in on him. But he was a tough player to get to, chances on with that long stick, and he played with that nasty edge. And but I think we had, we got along early years, so it kind of carried through, I guess.
Hey, last thing for you. I know you've been a big advocate.
Dude, he's been sick too.
Oh yeah,
talking to us.
I know,
by the way,
man.
So give you the fucking props, Friesen, man. Appreciate it, homie.
Hopefully you're feeling better now.
Yes.
Shit.
Hopefully I haven't said anything that's
no, dude. You're gonna get a job. Somebody's gonna hire you after this.
You
never know these days. I just it's so sensitive.
Trust
me,
you're allowed to call Berube Chief, by the way.
Okay, that's the only time where I was like, oh crap.
No,
you're okay.
He says you call me Chief.
I grew up in Meadow Lake, so when it comes to any of those,
he'll always be the chief. Yeah, hey, listen, you've been a big advocate though of medical marijuana and for athletes, especially guys like yourself who overcome injury and dealing with pain and all that. So how'd that come about? And are you working with a company? You still doing stuff with the company, and like, you know, who introduced you to that, and you know, are you continuing to try to spread the word there?
Smoking right now, just so you know, Friesen.
Well, yeah, no, it's just something that I just think when it was illegal or whatever, it was just like, this is part of our culture. Like, it's just not, and for athletes, I mean, for me, and honestly, like, I get having, just something to relax or whatever for whatever reasons. But when you actually look medically, like, I'd been through all the pills, like, hey, you have anxiety, like, I was very passionate, emotional, and, all of a sudden you're like, well, you got some anxiety, like, and you got to take a Valium, or, you're having problems sleeping, and you get an Ambien, and it was like, you're in pain, you're getting these, Vicodins, and all these different things. And it's like, you're on all these pills, and then you're on Vioxx. I was on Vioxx for like 3 years. Well, they pull it from the shelf, and they're like, it causes liver damage. And then there's commercials saying, if you've taken Vioxx, like, call this attorney or whatever, right? Like, and I'm thinking, well, here's this plant. Like, when I was introduced, I'm like, yeah, like, it was in a desperate time, and I see my blood pressure lowered, and, and it just helped. Like, I don't need all these pills. So I guess I'm more, where my heart is I'm just like, wow, like, this plant could probably help a lot of people with, a lot of different ailments, because, it's a crazy world, it's not easy, when you're managing pain or anxiety or, all these different things. But I saw my blood pressure, it just, like, the doctor's like, wow, like, what's going on? You've always had extremely high blood pressure for a professional athlete. Like, we're always thinking, why are you? And now it's like perfect, and I'm like, and I guess secretly I'm thinking, well, that's where it helped, or the marijuana helped. So it's like, I don't know, I guess, what's really wrong with this, and that's kind of where I was at. I think I went a little too crazy with it. I guess the world's going to go how it does, and now it's pretty much accepted. But in California, it was really ahead of the time, and I was like, I was just naive. It was like, I'd have beers after the game or whatever, but it was like, to be honest, I'd have the Ambien every night, and I'd have Vicodin pretty much every night, and sometimes a muscle relaxer, and then,
God.
yeah, so you all of a
Paralyzed
sudden
the
you,
next day, man. That's
yeah, and then you exactly, and I'm like, well, this, so it was just kind of a crash course of learning, and I think I went maybe a little too overboard with it. But
what do you mean by that?
well, I think I was just like kind of mad about it. I was like, this is really messed up. I mean, why is this not like legal? Like, this is a joke, like, this is an absolute conspiracy, like, it's just wrong, and I was just, I think, carrying that anger towards it. Like, well, if this would have been legal, like, this would have, like, attention deficit, they're giving you like, an Adderall, you know what I mean? There's just all these different pills in the pharma world. And I guess where I got over the top is I just got, I think, a little too angry that it wasn't legal. I was just like, this is bullshit,
Hey,
did like, you get it? If this can help people, like, it should help people, like, it's no different than having a glass of red wine or something, or a beer, like, not that, too much beer or alcohol, that's terrible for you too, like, if you're just gonna smoke all day, yeah, I can see where someone would say, yeah, you're a couch potato, or you don't do anything. But that's,
sometimes
it's
that
all
motivates you, though. People, if you're motivated and you smoke, you could go work out. You just feel relaxed, but some kids sit on their couch all day and look up fucking porn. But a lot of people, though, they use it to, like, motivate themselves as well. So
yeah, and you're making a great point with porn. I mean, it's just so much, things you want to blame on something. I'm like, why blame, the weed? And it's just like, or marijuana, it's just, a sativa, you get up and you go for a run, like,
dude.
again, it's
Indica,
about,
go to bed. It's all good.
Yeah,
You don't take
it's
the
all
fucking
good.
Ambien, man, and have Ambien parties and not know what you did the night before, dude.
Yeah,
I get you,
right.
Man.
Yeah. So
Well, listen, man, but it's good you recognize. I'm curious, like, because I feel like you were a little bit ahead of your time, a little bit from that era. Like, I mean, I don't know.
He was in Cali though, man.
Yeah, but exactly. But there's a lot of smart people out in Cali, man, and now it's legal everywhere, man. So who would have thought we'd be here one day where
and you'd have sponsors. We have dispensary sponsors for our radio
it's
show.
legal everywhere, even in St. Louis, Missouri.
yeah.
It just passed on the ballot.
No shit.
No one would have ever thought that.
Hey,
would
real
happen.
quick though, man. Hey, did you get hardcore caught up in like the painkiller shit?
yeah, no,
Yeah,
it was
I get you,
like
dude.
literally, it was just like, when can you get your next, bottle? Because you're just like, it's almost like a mystery pain, where you're like, yeah, I'm sorry, and it's hard because coaching and stuff too. Like, it's hard to, it's like you never want to. You got to answer questions. Are you working with a company? And the answer is no. But I guess just in general, like, yeah, like my life was waiting for that next prescription refill. Whether it's an Ambien or Vicodin. It's like it's it almost becomes like a mystery pain, and then you can't sleep, and it's just it's a crazy cycle, and I just wouldn't want people to go through that. So I just,
and you're completely off of all that shit now, right? I mean, you've been done with all the pills, though, right?
Yeah, now, I mean, I don't, nothing that's, I'm trying to think. Well, when I got sick here, I think I'll take a medicine for.
Look in your cabinet. Let's go through your cabinet.
Fever.
Can you hit the FaceTime button, please?
Let's go through your cabinet.
No.
Hey, where are you at in Cali, by the way? Are you like right there in Anaheim? Like where do you live at?
Just down in Newport.
Newport.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
That, dude.
Yeah.
Nice as hell.
Yeah. Are you on the water?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
That's
Go find Paul Correa and Troy Polamalu and go
surf
surfing for the day.
Go surf with the boys, man.
Yeah, no, I can't find that guy. I don't know where he is.
Hey, tell us about it.
I know, we're trying to get him on. We've gotten everybody on, man. He's the only one. I play with him,
I know.
too.
Everyone you mentioned we've had on except like Correa. But,
hey, man, appreciate you coming on, dude. And you're sick, too.
Yeah.
That's a warrior right there.
Yep.
That's a warrior.
Hey, congrats on a great career, though,
Yeah.
man. You had an unbelievable career. I remember, watching your entire
You're
career,
awesome,
man.
dude.
And now you're doing your thing with the kids, man. So keep it up.
No, I appreciate it, guys, and thanks for reaching out. It was actually I think you were reaching out. I don't know how you got my number, but it was my daughter's cell phone. She's like, "Do you know these guys?" I'm like,
dude.
Oh my God, Andy, what are you doing?
I don't listen. I'm asking a guy who helps me out with numbers. He gave you
Why
have
did he
like
give me your number.
No, you have like 17 numbers, and Cam gives me a number that was not even.
It
close.
wasn't your daughter's, I swear.
No, Cam gives me a number that like doesn't even exist. And so now I'm texting, and they responded. They said, "Hey, are you?" I said, "Freeze, is this your cell?" They're like, "Are you looking for Jeff?" And so I think I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
But then it's not you, and then all of a sudden you text me and be like, "Hey, I know you're looking." Oh my God, man, you were hard to find, but it's like a challenge, man. I can't give up. Once all of a sudden, like I'm trying to track somebody down, man, I just won't give up on it. So I'm glad we found you.
I appreciate it.
Man,
yeah,
dude.
it was great. It was great talking to you guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Good luck with you, dude, with everything, man. The kids and all that shit, dude. So go enjoy yourself. Get well.
I will, and thank you guys. Love you guys.
Love you, buddy.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
right on,
all
dude.
the best, Jeff.
See
Take
you,
care.
buddy.
Happy holidays to you too, man.
You too, man.
You too.
Okay.
You guys too. Merry
you,
Christmas.
The Cam Strick Podcast is brought to you by Bellman and Bellman.com. BEHLMANN.com. Get out there to Detroit, Missouri. Check it out. On one side, you got the Buick, the GMC. Options for everybody. Then right across the street, you got the Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Again, find something that works for you and get yourself a new set of wheels in time for the winter. All right, that was Jeff Friesen, man. Cool-ass dude. Great career. A very successful career. He's got a lot to be proud of, Cam, man.
He does, man.
Freeze, you should look at yourself and be like, damn, man, I did it, and I did it my way. I did it the right way.
Yes, he did.
And his teammates loved him. A lot of respect
He's got his teammates loved him, and it's weird though, man. A little reality check when you get out of hockey, and he made good money.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows? Like, you just don't know what people are at with whatever. Listen, I told you about my story and all that shit, whatever. But he went into reality in the real world working. Remember he went to the desk job?
Yeah.
He's like, holy fuck, get me out of here.
Get me out of here.
I know.
I'm not doing it.
I know. Somebody's tapping on your shoulder, Andy.
Oh, my God.
Sir,
Kind of
get the TPS reports ready. Sir, we don't.
No,
I need your.
I'm not having that.
Are you out of your? Well, you do work a little. In a way, you do, but you have it's a different job.
Mm-hmm.
This is a desk job. He's played hockey since he was like his whole life.
What kind of desk job?
That's
you
what he
act
said.
like he was a telemarketer or something.
No, but what did he say? Some in business where he's at a desk and he's like, I couldn't handle it.
Really?
You don't remember that?
No.
I know it's been like a couple weeks since we. But
know.
yeah. So anyway,
and he said good things about Daryl and Lou and everything.
And we were talking about Lou stuff, and no, he loves Lou, but Lou did make him fucking drive from San Jose to Anaheim on the fucking operating table. Drive there because he missed a meeting. You missed that urine meeting. That's a big deal, though.
Oh, Anaheim to San Jose.
So when they won the cup and he had to get surgery, he didn't have the urine meeting with Lou. He flew home to get surgery, which you need to have the urine meeting. Just get it fucking done.
Yeah, but I know other guys that skip the exit meeting when they're
Lou.
pissed and stuff like that.
Yeah, but not with Lou.
Not with Lou. I got
you just don't do that, man. Like a guy, like you want to. I think it was like after they won the cup, like you do that. You know, everything's happy. So he goes there, and Lou says, "No, I need to see you." And so he had to get off the operating table, drive 7 hours to Anaheim, fly all the way across country to Jersey, meet with Lou for 2 seconds. Lou says, "Hey, I'll give you the okay to get to surgery." Goes back. He stayed in Scotty's apartment. Yeah, you don't remember that? Like, you don't remember the... I listened to some stuff because I was worried if I...
Wow.
Yeah.
I wish he would have told that story.
Should I not have said that?
No, I'm joking. No, it was great.
Don't you want to recap what he said?
I don't remember him saying that.
Well, turn your fucking memory bank on.
No, it's starting to come back.
Stop smoking dope.
Starting to come back. Oh, listen to you. It's starting to come back. Actually,
I'm drinking, smoking, fucking partying, and I remember that.
Hey, those dudes.
No, what's up?
Those dudes were like, they like the fact that we don't do video.
Oh shit!
I'm like, yeah, I don't know if it's a good idea.
Shit.
I don't know if it's a good idea for us to do video.
I need Nick Clements to help me look better to do video.
Yeah, maybe we'll do it in about 6 months or so.
No shit. I get on this app and
what changed, guys? What led to you guys starting to do video?
I look better.
Nick.
My hands don't look like old women's hands. My face looks like a catcher's mitt. My hair, fuck.
Cam's got the hands of an old lady.
All I do is get chirped by Andy. I can't, like you guys think I'm mean to Andy. He's more mean to me than I am to him.
When I asked you who the old lady was at the table,
your wife
I
said,
wasn't expecting you to say you.
All I do is like and comment on her post, and now I get fucking chirped by her.
No, she was being very sincere.
And I got to cater to you.
Very sincere.
With her fucking, what's that?
She was being very sincere. She's like, did Kate's mom go with them on the trip?
I know. It makes me even more mad.
You can kind of see why. You didn't look like your hands.
They look monstrous. They look fucking mutated. You think Kate's mom's a fucking...
Hey, anybody who wants to see the picture.
Now it's like, not only is your wife chirping me, she's chirping Kate and her mom.
You want to know what my answer was? I said, you know what? It's probably not their table. And Kate was just taking a picture
that makes
of the pool outside.
Yeah, we're going to take a picture
and
of somebody else.
Somebody sitting there, and their hand kind of got in the picture.
That's such a clown dick thing to say.
Clown dick.
I mean, Andy's got a hand like a woman. He's chirping my hands that are mutated because I fought for a living.
Look at these things.
I know. They're soft.
Yeah, look at that. I could do some damage, eh?
Tiny.
I have very small hands. Cam, I don't know how you have big hands. I mean, you're 5'9" with...
I'm about 5'11" and 3/4.
5'11", 3/4.
Because when you're an athlete, Andy, you get weighed in every year, and you get your height and all that stuff.
Yeah.
When you're an athlete. And so I was always 5'11".
Kind of like a professional
one. You know, the one that you have go in the locker room and bird watch. Yeah, I'm one of those guys. And so I was 5'11" and 3/4. So, whatever.
3/4. You probably shrink now.
Well, I don't know. My dad did.
Did he?
Everybody
How tall is he? About 5'9"?
Your feet flatten now a little bit.
How tall is he's 5'9"?
Yeah, 5'10", 5'9".
Do you think, because Ty is like one of the tallest kids for his age?
Is he?
Oh, yeah. And Chloe's...
Do you think that he's not your son?
I mean, no, I don't think that, because he looks like me. But if he wasn't...
Does he?
And he ends up being like 6'3", 6'4".
Chloe looks like you.
Yeah, he looks just like...
Ty doesn't look like you.
No?
He does. Nah, he does.
I think he does. I think he looks just like Chloe.
I think he looks like, lips and all that.
Yeah.
He's got a big smile.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. I don't want to chirp too much. See, I have like
a heart?
Like a heart. Like, no, he does look like you. And he's the cutest goddamn thing in the world. I chirp you because you chirp me, just so you know.
We went out and skated yesterday with Tony DeHart. I'll give Tony a shout out.
How's this kid?
Good. Got attacked by a dog. He's doing much better.
Jesus fuck.
Did you know that?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this wasn't to say. Okay. So yesterday we get home, and I know, whatever.
And he's doing, I do want to say, like, he's
okay?
fully recovered and doing great. Yeah, but a scary situation.
Oh,
Love that little kid,
That's
Lincoln.
such a horrible feeling for a kid to get attacked. I remember getting kind of attacked when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the most horrific thing in the world. And it's like, dogs are bad. Okay, fuck, whatever. Some are. It's like some people are. Some everything
You know,
bad.
So Tony played in London with Patty Kane.
Yeah, no, I know Tony Hart.
So then when Patty came into town with Chicago,
You say,
Kaner saw him and, you know.
Tony D is one of our guys in St. Louis, man.
And Patty was good to Tony. And
Yeah.
I mean, even more so, better, you know, good to Lincoln after everything Lincoln had gone through.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So last night, Kate and I are chilling. There's football going on. We're hanging out. We're tired, you know. And we look in our backyard. We just like gaze in the backyard. And our neighbors are sprinting. They're sprinting.
No clothes on or anything?
No, they get clothes on, man. Like, don't turn this into something stupid, Andy. So, like, they're sprinting. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh, fuck, the dog got out.
They have a dog?
So this is getting to about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's getting a little late.
I was on the phone with you. I was on the phone with you.
Yes, that's right.
And Kate was like, oh, my God, there's a German Shepherd running out.
There it is. And I go, I got to go save this thing.
And she said, no, you don't.
Yeah. She did, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
And I go, no, I think I do. So they went sprinting, and there's a golf course behind our backyard. But if you keep going, you can go forever. And it's woods, and it's chasing deer, and it's chasing geese, and you smell
squirrels.
And it's and you're a young German Shepherd.
Rabbits.
And you're like, I'll go this way. And there's like a kind
it's
of
like Thanksgiving.
It's not a busy road, but it's just a windy little road that there's fucking good old Hoosier boys with big old Dodge Ram trucks that are flying 100 miles an hour to get to their job site. And we're like, what the fuck? And they're going, the dog vanished, and it's getting dark. And I know they're panic mode. They don't know what to kind of do about it. And I go out there and I get Kate and we're like, let's go. And I'm trying to figure out where they're at.
Did you have a headlamp?
Oh yeah, I had my flashlight. We're like, okay, let's figure this out.
Did you bring protection?
So all of a sudden, Did
you bring protection?
I brought ham. I brought a leash. I brought everything. So we're looking up there, looking for it. Can't find the damn thing. It's fucking way up in the hills. Hard to even track it. But this thing's athletic. And so we're like, fuck it, let's get in the truck. So Kate and I get in the truck, like, bah, 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 bah. Like, let's go find this thing. We think it's up there. Somebody heard, there's a dog up there.
Where's the owners? Are they in the truck?
They're in the woods looking for this damn thing.
Do they know you're helping?
God, yeah.
They do?
It's getting, yeah.
Is this my boy, Wes?
No, the neighbors with the 3 daughters right next to us. And it was one of the daughters' boyfriend's dog.
Oh, no.
So
are they home?
Oh, yeah. And so the parents' daughter's boyfriend's dog is wild, and it gets loose. And they're panic mode. It's getting dark. And I'm like, my point of the story is, so finally we heard it's up there, and I went up there with the truck, and I found it, and I fucking grabbed the thing.
You found the dog?
Yeah, and I put it in the back of the truck, and I saved the day. But here's my point.
What kind of German Shepherd? Like a black and tan?
Yes. Cute, cool.
I'm surprised they wouldn't come back.
I know. It got, because the smells out there, Andy.
Yeah, but we
don't live where you
German
live.
Shepherd,
In a Creve Coeur Racket
I would
Club.
give it one of these.
We live in the middle of, I know we did it the
and
whole
he
time.
comes right back.
Our dogs did this too. Here's my point. If you have a dog and your neighbors or somebody you know loses their dog and you're in the same subdivision, you got to drop what you fucking do and help. Because it's the most horrific damn thing. Now a kid, of course, but I'm just saying. This happens all the time. If you have a dog, you got to stop what you're doing. I don't give a fuck if you're watching football. I don't care what you're doing. You got to help out.
You hit pause.
Because that goddamn sun's going down, and you know your neighbors are going to be so horrifically miserable. Imagine little blaze gone, and there's highways by your fucking house. There's highways by your house. Well. And you'd be like, you got panic mode. And no, your neighbor's like, no, I'll help you. They get in their truck, and that's what you do.
My neighbors would definitely
because my neighbors
helping.
you just have to help out.
Yeah.
Whenever that kind of situation
So I had
happens.
a friend over recently, and in the behind my backyard, you can see like the high school. Chaminade High School, preparatory school. It's like a college campus almost. It's like massive, right?
One of the nicest schools in Missouri.
Yeah. So he was all concerned because this dog, he's out running through the parking lot. And I was like, I don't know. The owner's probably around there. He's like, dude, we need to go see what's up with that dog.
Damn right.
I was like, no, we don't. I was like, I'm sure it's fine.
In a parking lot, school parking lot?
And he ran over there. He was so concerned about this dog.
Andy, it's a school parking lot with dipshit kids that just get their license. No, that's scary. You help out your neighbors. When somebody loses they're missing their dog, like you just, anytime, even when I lived in the blue collar part of Eureka, like somebody would lose their dog, you'd see it on thing, and we'd be like, fuck, let's go.
I met another dude who said
you just get it.
he
You stop
grew
what
up
you're doing,
with
you help. You just help.
He went to Lafayette, though, he said. He
Yep.
grew up with you.
Cool.
But you didn't. I said he didn't go to Lafayette. You guys all kind of like hung out together.
But like that was my point of the story.
Yeah.
That
Well, I'm glad you
drop what you're
told
doing.
that, man.
I
I mean,
don't
because
know,
like when
like,
I was
you
on the
guys
phone with
know.
you were not going to rescue the dog, and then
No.
now you ended up, and you're the one that found it.
Yeah, we found it. Yeah.
Well, good for you.
I know. I felt pretty good about that.
My hero. Is that what the daughter said to you?
Because I don't do anything cool anymore. Like I don't help anybody. Like I feel like you just sometimes just need to help people.
Yeah. Well, absolutely.
You know. I don't know.
Hey, Cam, way to be there.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
Like
it's cool.
That's what you do, man.
I know it is.
I just swear to God, if my little babies were gone, I wouldn't sleep that night.
Yeah.
I'd be out and fucking looking for them. I don't know. So anyway, you guys know.
I'm with you, man. Listen, that tells me you're a caring person.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. Homie.
Absolutely. Hit me up on Cameo, by the way. I wanted to tell people
You
that.
still doing that shit? Cameo. Fuck. Cameo.
I usually get some cameos in springtime when spring comes back.
You're desperate, eh?
Um,
I thought that went under.
Did it?
I don't know.
All right, listen, we got to get out of here.
Yeah,
Jeff Friesen, we thank you so
Kate's
much, man.
birthday.
He was phenomenal.
He was so cool.
Happy birthday to Kate. Happy 40th to
Thank
Kate.
you.
I didn't know. I'm going to get her something.
I know. No, you don't gotta do that.
Yeah. How's my plant doing? You left town and
No,
nobody
that was-
watered it, did they?
No, I mean
Nobody watered my
whenever
plant.
You
This
gave
fucking
my
guy. Nobody waters my
my
plant.
mother died, and you gave us a plant, and it died, and we move on.
Dude.
I mean, like you want me?
Don't have to say
Want
that.
me to like thank you again? Like, is that what? Is that what you
most
want?
people would have kept it alive.
We tried to, man.
I'm just
the thing was like
I'm
fucking
just-
Dunzo.
telling you. Well, happy birthday, Kate. And hopefully you can get Cam's some skin cream or something for
Man,
those.
my hands look fucking shitty, dude.
Oh,
like
my
rattled
God.
today.
Hairclub.com,
I'm sensitive
baby.
today. Andy got me
Hairclub.com
going
slash
again.
Cam
Like,
and
my
Strick.
fucking hands, like everything's fucked up about
They
me.
are our title sponsor, Cam.
I need a fucking
Over
God.
1,200 locations throughout North America. North America would include Canada and the U.S. You just look out your window, you probably see a location near you right
Yeah,
now.
that's true.
Replace, restore, and regrow that hair. Do not live in a state of unhappiness. Be happy.
Shit.
Brody sneezes like a...
Brody's always
Like
sick.
a-
It's unbelievable.
He sneezes like a little...
He's the healthiest guy I've ever
like
met
a,
in my life.
Like a two-day-old
but
baby.
he's always clogged up.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
How they
he
don't
did
make
blow
any
all
noise.
night.
Like when I sneeze, I let it out.
No, like,
He's like...
Brody's just always clogged up.
Jesus.
He's the healthiest guy I've ever met in my life.
The healthiest, unhealthiest
Besides
person.
Nick. But he's always clogged
Nick's
up.
working out right now.
Oh.
Hairclub.com.
Yes, he
Check it out.
is.
Nick has us in his headphones while he's working out. At first, although he's not, because he worked out before the sun come up. 6 a.m. every day. That's discipline.
No,
First
that's
form.
what you do, though. You get up early and get your time.
Firstform.com/Cam and Strick.
Body's going all day.
That is our page. Just like hairclub.com/Cam and Strick. Firstform.com/Cam and Strick. Not hard to remember. If you're going to order anything from First Form, you do it there. Get that app. It helps you with everything, okay, in terms of laying out everything you
Yes.
might need.
Yep.
We're going to be heading over there very, very soon.
We're going to show you, too,
Yeah.
what we're talking about.
Yes, we
and
are.
explain everything to you. We're going to do some videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Go check out all their shit,
Mhm.
their protein. Just like get on it. If you want to do it, like we're going to do it, man. They will help you with everything. They're so hands-on.
Mhm.
They'll have people show you what the fuck, it's the most organized thing I've ever seen in my life. So let's check it out. Check it out, and you'll get on the right schedule here and the right program.
Yeah.
I'm going to get jacked and confident again. I'm losing my confidence, man. I kind of am. Like, I have a good life. Everything's good, but, like, I need to get going again, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Yeah, you do.
Thanks.
And
I
you
know.
will, Cam. There's no question about that.
I know.
Hey, when you're on the go, there's nothing better than a First Form bar or a First Form energy drink. In fact, they have the First Form energy drinks now available at the Enterprise Center during Blues games. Great signage right there by the penalty box. You can't miss it along the boards. Look for that tonight when you're watching the game.
Yeah. Oh, you'll get some free.
And you can win a free case when you do a video or a picture with a First Form energy drink at a Blues game.
I know.
Check out our
Pretty
Instagram, and you can find out all the information on how to win a free case of First Form
Damn
energy
good
drinks.
shit. It'll get you goddamn rocking and rolling.
No doubt about that. All right, Sparks, skate sharpeners. 25 NHL teams are using it, Cam.
It's a lot. Well, it should be 32.
Mm-hmm. Who's the worst skating teams in the league?
What?
Yeah. Who's
Arizona?
the worst? Well, they probably aren't using. They're so damn cheap. They probably won't even invest in a
Go
damn
get Connor
Sparks.
Bedard to start it all over again, according to Ryan Whitney.
And then Gary's going to be like, I told you we'd get a new building.
I love Whit. I believe Whit on that, actually.
I don't think I'll go there.
I don't know. Chicago's certainly losing. They lost
Because
to
you
fucking
know what?
Kraken 7-0.
What if Connor Bedard pulled a Lindros?
Oh, goddamn, boy.
What if Connor Bedard
goddamn, boy.
pulls a Lindros?
Oh, goddamn, boy.
Because I'm going to tell you this right now. If it was my kid, and I know there's something to be said about
You
hey,
would be that
it's
way.
the
You would be Eric
NHL.
Lindros' parents, wouldn't you?
I'd be like, hey, guys, anywhere but there.
No shit. Oh,
Although
you
I'd
take it
live there.
over. Still making money.
And Billy's my guy, Billy Armstrong.
Still making money.
You can go play for Billy.
Listen, if you're a big dog,
Dude,
you're
his,
gonna hey,
his,
how about
rink
Sidney
in
Wait, time out.
his rink in Regina is bigger
Time out.
than the one they're playing at in
I know.
Scottsdale.
How about him having 50 points and
Like 10 games or something.
Jesus?
I know.
Hey, but what about
20-something.
what about Sidney Crosby in 05?
Crosby.
Going to motherfucking shithole Pittsburgh at the time.
That
Wait,
wasn't a shithole. Mario's the one talking. You
Wait.
didn't tell Mario no?
the place was down and out.
They got
about
a
to
new
sell.
rink?
Time out. They were down and out about to sell. They had that shitty. Well, no. They had the igloo that smelled like dog shit.
It did.
Pittsburgh, like you look at Pittsburgh now, like they went through the run, but now you're like, it's been 6-7 years. You're
Do you
like,
know?
no, I don't want
do you
it.
know that I went to cover a game at the Igloo in Pittsburgh? Larry let me go on the plane years ago.
Plo.
I'll
Great
never
guy.
forget because Chaser took my phone and started texting Larry Plow at like 1 a.m. from my phone.
Well, he probably deserved it.
and Larry's like, "Why the hell are you texting me at 1 a.m.?" I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" And then sure enough, there's text
That's
messages
pretty
to Larry.
good. To be honest with
And
you.
it was.
That's like what happened to me and Lou.
He also took a $100 bill out of my wallet and like made me pay for everybody. I had no money at that time.
So why don't you tell those stories? Like I know
Yeah.
I would never do that.
I know.
And like then you bring up the Ian Cole thing, and I'm like, man, I didn't screw guys
It's not
over
a bad
on that.
story. It was his story. But anyway, we're at the game, and players are chirping me because I'm on the plane. Like, oh, you're just here to see Crosby, whatever. It was David Backes, his first ever NHL game. I'll never forget. And I sit down on a seat.
Was I there?
Were you on the Blues in 2000? You might have been.
Was it
Were you
7?
there for Backes' first game?
I don't remember.
You played with Dougie Waite?
Nope.
Okay.
That was 7.
Dougie Waite was there.
Yep. Never mind.
So anyway, because Dougie Waite was on the same line, Dougie Waite scored the goal, I think, on Backes' first point. Backes' first shift of his career, I think. He got an assist. Anyway, I sit down for the morning skate in the old Igloo, and I get up after watching practice, and my pants are stuck to the damn chair, and I sat in gum. And I had gum on the back of my fucking pants, dude, from that nasty-ass old building at the Igloo. Gum all over the seat. Got all over me, dude. In Pittsburgh. Okay? And stop looking at me.
Anybody else? Anything else happened?
Well, I'm just telling you. I'm telling you.
Did you fall
You
off
said
something?
that dump is what you said. So I'm
It was a dump.
so that's why I'm
You
basically
had gum on your pants.
emphasizing to you how nasty it was
It was nasty.
sitting in
dude.
damn
It
gum
smelled when you walked
at
through
the
the back.
Igloo.
through the
But you know,
back.
listen, that was a whole mastermind by the league. They're like, hey, this is exactly what happened.
Well, I know.
Mario's going to get Sydney.
fine.
We're going to get the new building. It's going to
He's gonna-
save the franchise.
Yeah, well, that was stolen. They were stolen.
so Sydney knew what was going on and what he was getting into. It was all good.
No, okay.
And they had won.
But
They had
isn't,
won.
isn't that
cups,
going to happen with Arizona too, with the new rink?
Possibly.
You know, although Pittsburgh had success,
Possibly.
Arizona hasn't.
Hey, I talked to Stan Bowman this weekend too. He was in town for Scotty's induction.
What do you say?
Loves the pod.
Good.
Somebody should hire him as an advisor, though. He did win 3 cups.
I would.
Like, let him advise.
I would. 100%.
Hey, if you're a team out there, don't be afraid.
No shit.
Like, it's okay to hire this guy as an advisor, to hire Joel Quenville as an advisor. Like, it's okay to do it. Talk to Gary.
Gary.
And get the wheels in motion.
Gary, help me.
Just don't hire the former president, as I keep saying, John McDonough. He's the one who should take all the heat.
I get you.
I've been saying that over and over. I'm just giving a shout out for
I get you, man.
Stan. So get that Sparks and get it today. Use that promo code Cam and Strick Cam. It's going to save you more money than it will on Black Friday or Cyber Monday. Cam and Strick. That is the promo code for Sparks skate sharpeners. Man, we love everyone over there at Sparks. Great customer service. Bellman and Bellman.com over there in Troy. At Bellman Cam, you get what?
Swinging dicks.
That's right. With Danny, Kenny, and Dale, the best. And you know what kind of customer service you're getting. Buick GMC on one side of the street, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram on the other side of the street, all in Troy, Missouri. They are the absolute best. We love our friends over there at Bellman, no question about it. And gel sticks, get that weighted stick, the best training mechanism on the market. If you're an adult, if you're a kid, this is what you should be training with. If you're a golfer, you should have the weighted golf club. If you are a lacrosse player, you should have the weighted shaft. And if you are a...
You wish you had one of those, wouldn't you?
I knew where you were going with that. That's what it says on their site, though. If you are a hockey player, you should have a weighted stick.
Damn right. Helps you out.
And then you go golf with, or then you go stick handle with a golf ball or something like that, or...
No, do with the biscuit puck.
I know.
Biscuit puck.
Or they have the skill balls.
Yeah, biscuit puck. Oh, maybe things have changed.
Yeah.
I don't know, but... Okay.
No, they've got a lot of
tell me
things
how to stick
on the
handle.
market. Okay. Oh, I think you admitted one time my hands are actually better than yours.
Okay.
Oh, at stick handling? Oh, there's no comparison
we're not
there.
getting into this again. Like, you don't even
Well, just admit
play.
that. Gel Sticks. GELSTX. Check it out today. Gelsticks.com. Tell them we sent you from the Cam and Strick podcast.
Right.
We appreciate Jeff Friesen for joining us and everybody who's listened to the show and supported the show. We appreciate it. We are now rolling into 2023. Welcome back from your vacation,
Thanks,
Cam.
man. Appreciate it.
That's Grandma Cam. I'm Andy Strickland. This has been the Cam and Strick podcast.
Love all you guys. Love you guys.